Tiger Country 104.5 is a Radio Alabama station, part of the Auburn Networks family. WAUE HD2, Waverly, Auburn, Opelika.
Auburn, Opelika Country, Tiger Country 104.5.
The following is a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited.
Lee Scott Academy Basketball is on Tiger Country 104.5. Presented by the Orthopedic Clinic, Googe Performing Arts Center, Mountain High Outfitters, and Russell Building Supply. Also brought to you by Auburn Bank, Gutter Pro, Advanced Graphics, Auburn Express Towing, and Four Seasons Federal Credit Union. Now, live from courtside, here's the voice of Lee Scott Academy Basketball, Christian Griffin.
As we continue to work through the heart of area play, we welcome you in once again here inside Sanford Gymnasium for yet another edition of Lee Scott Academy Basketball. I'm Christian Griffin here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network, and my goodness, do we have another good one for you here this evening. It's the Beulah Bobcats. It's your Lee Scott Academy Warriors, a team that met in 2025 over a month ago. They now get to see their improvements, and they face each other for the first time here in 2026. Another good evening, and welcome in to the Lee Scott Sports Network. We appreciate everybody for being here with us here this evening, whether it's Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, or that Radio Alabama app, the YouTube, Facebook live stream up in there as well. And let's dive into a little bit of these teams. Lee Scott Academy comes into play here this evening at 13-8. They are 3-0 in area play, coming off their biggest win of the season, a 66-33 win over their rival Glenwood Gators just here last Friday night inside Sanford Gymnasium. And my goodness, if you joined us here on the broadcast or you joined us here inside Sanford Gymnasium, you saw one of the best shooting performances that you've seen all season long from this Lee Scott varsity girls squad. They shoot an average of 23. Now it's right around 25% on the season, but 23% coming into the game. They shot 11 for 29 from behind the three-point line on Friday nights, and that all started early and often with Sydney Dunlap, who made 6 of them from behind the arc. She had 23 points to lead the Lee Scott Academy Warriors. Another very big thing to look at. 17 assists, only 9 turnovers for this Coach Corey Harrison squad. So, again, a recipe for success, but that leads us into tonight's keys to the game. And tonight's keys to the game are presented by Jeffcoat Trant Funeral Home and Crematory, serving Opelika, Auburn, and Lee County since 1988. First, you got to have a response. You wouldn't complain whatsoever if that was the case, but you will not shoot the same way that you shot like you did on Friday night. How can you find secondary success? How can you find other ways to find the bottom of the net? How can you find ways to establish your defense and set up that full court pressure that you've been seeing a little bit more of in area play? And man, something that was the very first time you saw, again, was over on the campus of Beulah in round one, where it was a 45-22 win at Beulah. And again, it was the very first time that you saw a little bit of that full court pressure, creating live ball turnovers. And you wouldn't really say that the score was really reflective of how dominant the Lee Scott Warriors were in that contest. But how can you respond if the three-point line isn't your friend like it was on Friday night? And second, right back into the full court pressure. Live ball defense. You forced 20 turnovers in this game back on December 9th, and a lot of those came from the live ball variety, allowed you easy looks at the rim on a night when you didn't shoot it particularly well from the floor. You stole possessions. You stole a couple of free layups, and you ended up walking out with a comfortable 23-point win. Those are tonight's keys to the game, presented by Jeffcoat Trant Funeral Home and Crematory. You can call on them in your time of need. The Lee Scott Warriors, again, 13-8 so far here this season and have been off to a very hot start in the 2026 calendar season. Again, 3-0 in area play, looking to move to 4-0 and really establish themselves as the perennial team to beat in this area. When we come back, we're going to have you starting lineups and opening tip between the Beulah Bobcats and your Lee Scott Academy Warriors. You're listening to Radio Alabama Sports right here on Tiger Country 104.5, and this is the Lee Scott Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment today.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Every sports team has a glue guy, the unsung hero that does the dirty work. Society's glue guys are towing companies. Whether your car is in an accident or you own a business and need a vehicle moved, we all need tow trucks. When you need one, call Auburn Express Towing, offering 24-hour towing services. AET specializes in parking lot and private property towing in Auburn. Call 334-821-6033. Auburn Express Towing, located at 615 Opelika Road.
Winter is in full swing at Mountain High Outfitters. Come see all the great gear to keep you warm and dry in style. From the North Face, Patagonia, Free People Movement, Viore, or Local Boy, we have you set for every day or your ski or snowboarding trip this season. Come see Mountain High Outfitters on South College next to Tzatziki's in the heart of Auburn. Experience the difference at Mountain High Outfitters. Get out, get active, be inspired, and live your passion.
Now the starting lineups, presented by Auburn Bank on your LSA sports station, Tiger Country 104.5.
Counting you down to opening tip here between the Bobcats of Beulah and your Lee Scott Academy Warriors. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Auburn Bank. Their local team stands ready to discuss your financial needs and goals. Auburn Bank, champions of you and proud sponsor of Lee Scott Warrior basketball. It's the same starting five as usual for this Coach Corey Harrison coach squad, led by 5'10 sophomore wearing number 1, Clark Ivitz wearing number 2, a junior, Miss Haynes Kesey, a 5'4 junior wearing number 5. Again, the star of the Glenwood game, Miss Sydney Dunlap, wearing number 20, a 5'8 junior. Number 20 again, Maggie Herndon. And a 5'10 junior tipping it off at center courts, Miss Lucy Zellner. The ball goes off the official on the opening tip, but we are underway here inside Sanford Gymnasium. What will be a historic night inside Sanford Gymnasium. Lee Scott with the basketball going left to right. Maggie Herndon's going to pull it from Opelika, and she knocks it down. And right on cue, talking about this Warrior squad not going to be able to shoot the same way they did on Friday night. A step inside the volleyball line. Maggie Herndon knocks down a triple. Quick in response are the Bobcats. The three is well too strong. Hit the opposite side of the square on the backboard. Ball knocked around, goes into the hands of Haynes Kesey. Now Clark Ivett, Maggie Herndon once again, and she knocks down another one. 2 possessions for the Warriors, 2 shots for Maggie Herndon, and she has 6 points to her name. Clark Ivett now steals the inbounds pass and she's going to lay it up and in with the right hand. Already 8-0 here. Warriors only 60 seconds into the contest. Dunlap now gets the steal, hands it off to Maggie Herndon. Her layup too strong off the glass, but able to get the offensive rebound. She'll back things up and set the offense. Never mind, she won't. She'll give it off to Sydney Dunlap, who pulls it from three. Can't knock it down. Ivet there for the clearance and the offensive rebounds. Ball knocked around, couldn't be saved out of bounds, and I believe it will be Bobcat basketball. It will, with 6:44 remaining here in this first quarter. And there is that full court pressure that you're seeing from Coach Corey Harrison. Bobcats able to break it this time with the point guard Arnett, and she runs into Clark Ivets. I believe they're going to get Ivets, although Arnett was the one that lowered the shoulder. They're going to get Ivets on the personal foul. First team foul for Lee Scott. 6:30 to play here in the contest. Warriors lead by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Three-pointer on the left wing from Arnett is too strong. And Maggie Herndon will clear the rebound. Running the floor now is Haynes Kesey. A little stop and pop, give and go back to Herndon, and she gets hacked on the way up. Nice job running the floor from Herndon. Haynes Kesey had the layup, instead threw on the brakes and almost a little handoff right through the lane. And Maggie Herndon now will head to the line to shoot a couple. If you're just now joining us, again, we appreciate everybody for being here with us on Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, and that Radio Alabama app. 13-8 are the Warriors, 6-10 are the Bobcats. Lee Scott Academy 3-0 in area play. The Bobcats are 2-3. Second free throw is no good, but Haynes Kesey doing what she always does, right there in the right spots. Gets the offensive rebound, throws it to Ivets, and the floater is well short. She's knocked out of bounds. It's Bobcat basketball with 6:18 here in the first. 9-0. Lee Scott Academy in their home whites, again going left to right on your radio dial. The Bobcats in their road blacks going right to left. And Haynes Kesey gets popped in the mouth. The ball goes out of bounds. Not sure if it was the ball or possibly an elbow, but making sure she didn't have any blood or anything in the bottom lip. It appears that we're all good to go. The Bobcats will inbound right around the scorer's table. Line drive three is short. And Haynes Kesey right there again for the rebounds. Kick out to Maggie Herndon. She's going to try it from the same spot. Can't knock it down, but Sydney Dunlap there for the offensive rebound. She grabbed 4 offensive rebounds against Glenwood last Friday night. Down low to Lucy Zellner, and a nice drop step. She lays it in with the right hand, and the Warriors are out in front by double digits, make it 11-0. Arnett now running the left side of the floor. Kicks it to another one of her guards. And Willingham back to Arnett. She stands at the L and LSA at center court. Now to the left wing. At the free throw line with Burgess, but it gets blocked. Sydney Dunlap races her way right in front of the scorer's table. Throws on the brakes at the left elbow. Maggie Herndon now back to Dunlap. Nobody was there, but Haynes Kesey able to track it down. She pulls it from 3, and the long rebound with the Bobcats, but Maggie Herndon able to get a steal. Left-handed layup is no good. Haynes Kesey, another offensive rebound. Dunlap gets a foot in the paint. Kick out to Clark Ivets, and she rattles in a triple. Warrior lead is 2 touchdowns here with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. 4:54 to play here in the opening frame. Christian Griffin here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network. Thank you for being here with us on this Tuesday afternoon as you continue through the heart of area play. Again, these teams met all the way back on December 9th. But both of these teams want to say that they are more experienced, more polished, and you'll get to see a little bit of a test of that here tonight inside Sanford Gymnasium. A historic night, we will continue to say, but as you know, I'm a baseball guy. I don't speak things until they actually happen. We know better than to do that. Bobcats dribbling through the teeth of the Warrior defense. It goes off either the knee or the foot of a Bobcat. It's Warrior basketball going right to left, or going left to right, rather. Bobcats switching to a little bit more of a 2-3, trying to stay in front of this Lee Scott Warrior squad. Haynes Kesey has it on the left wing, now on the short corner with Clark Ivett. Skip pass over to the far wing. Dunlap right back to Lucy Zellner. She gets cut off on the block. Herndon thought about the 3. Kesey now will take it on the left wing, and she buries it. Haynes Kesey now on the board with her first triple. And my goodness, continuing the hot start. And the hot shooting that you saw on Friday night. Running layup, no good. Blocked by Clark Ivett. She gets the own rebound. And it's a 4-on-2. Dunlap has it on the right wing. Gets cut off in the short corner. She'll now take it from 16 feet. And she knocks it down. The fifth Warrior to already score here in the first 4 minutes. And just like that, it's 19-0. A trap now on the far side and a timeout by the Bobcats. Our head coach, the 32nd timeout. So we will keep it right here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network. What a start by this Lee Scott Warrior squad. We talked about it on Friday night, a 66-33 win over Glenwood, and a team that shoots 23% from behind the three-point line, made 11 of them on Friday night en route to their dominating victory. And one of our keys to the game was, how do you respond on a night where you're not going to shoot the same way? My goodness, do I stand corrected? Already 4 triples here in this first period. 2 of them by Maggie Herndon. Clark Ivett has a triple, as does Haynes Kesey. And the Warriors are out in front 19-0 halfway through this first period. So many different scoring opportunities and so many different scorers for this Lee Scott Warrior squad. On any given night, anybody can give you 10, 15, 20 points. You compound that with a couple girls that give you 7, possibly 8 points. Maggie Herndon averages right at 8 points. She already has 7 here in the first. A couple of subs for the Lee Scott Warriors. Stella Henderson, Sutton Lewis as she gets a steal in the paint. Rayleigh Langford has also checked in for Lee Scott Academy. Lewis tried to plant her feet, lost the basketball. The first turnover of the night for Lee Scott Academy. The Bobcats almost give it right back. They do, as Maggie Herndon's able to save it from going out of bounds on the far sideline. Lewis skip past to Henderson. Her triple can't rattle in and out, or rattles in and out, rather. Ivett there on the offensive rebound, doesn't get it to go. Able to get the offensive rebound. She's smiling as her second floater of the evening is nothing but air. Maggie Herndon, catch and shoot 3 on the left wing, is well short. Ivett there once again for the offensive rebound. Rayleigh Langford has the ball on the right wing, right into the teeth of the 2-3 defense is Clark Ivett, and this time she gets it to go down. Ivett now with 7 here in the first quarter, 21-0, and Langford almost steals the inbounds. Instead, as she was falling out of bounds, threw it right into the hands of a Bobcat. Now 2-on-1 are the Bobcats. Sutton Lewis able to get a piece of it. It stays with the Bobcats here on this side of the floor. It sits on the left wing, now out to the top of the key in Arnett. She loses the basketball, able to get it to one of her guards. On the right wing, right in front of Coach Corey Harrison. Thought about the 3. Did the Bobcats, and then an offensive foul, I believe was the signal. I didn't see too much contact, but that is going to be the signal. Usually with the offensive foul on the baseline, it's the defender that fell to the floor. Instead, Maggie Herndon stayed on her feet, and it was Arnett that fell to the floor. But nonetheless, it's Lee Scott basketball. 21-0, give and go. Clark Ivett, Rayleigh Langford, nothing doing. Stella Henderson, step in 3. Three-pointer is short. Goes into the hands of Clark Ivett. She gets the rebound, and then it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Warrior basketball here on this side of the floor. Herndon will slap the basketball, bounce past it, try to at least to Clark Ivett, but into the teeth of the 2-3 zone. It gets intercepted. Arnett now in transition. Her right-handed layup can't rattle in. Sutton Lewis with the clearance. She'll walk it up the floor. And now to Rayleigh Langford, 1-on-3, so she'll slow things up. Maggie Herndon, catch and shoots right in front of the A at center court, and she knocks it down. Maggie Herndon now with 10 here in the first quarter, 3 triples, and showing off the long range is number 20, Maggie Herndon. Sutton Lewis now gets a block on the free throw line jumper. Ivett tries to find Langford, but the Bobcats able to get a paw on it and knock it out of bounds with 1:13 here in the first quarter. 24-0. Lee Scott Academy out in front here inside Sanford Gymnasium. Charlie Huddleston will check in for Maggie Herndon. Wesley Kate Crocker will check in for Clark Ivett. Rayleigh Langford slaps the ball, holds it above her head, gets it to Crocker down low. Henderson thought about the 3 on the skip pass, but hesitated after missing her first couple. She has it in the short corner, and Arnett almost rips it out of her hands. Instead, it'll be a jump ball, but it will go in favor of the Bobcats with 63 seconds to play here in the opening period. Look at some of these stats from this time. This last time, rather, these teams met. It was a 45-22 win for the Warriors on the campus of Beulah. It was Clark Ivatt who led the way with 22 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, also had 8 steals in only 19 minutes of action. And talking about steals, Stella Henderson gets one with 45 seconds to play. Huddleston now to Crocker in the short corner trying to post her opponent. And it was Huddleston who was cutting. Crocker tried to find her, but the ball gets intercepted. 30 seconds to play here in this first period. Bobcats able to get inside. And Crocker didn't have defensive positioning. I believe that's who they're going to get instead. It's going to get, nope, it will be 15. So Wesley Kate picks up her first personal foul here tonight. Only the 5th total foul. But they're going to call it a shooting foul. Wow, I didn't think that there was even an attempt at the rim. But there will be an opportunity for the Bobcats to get their first points of the evening, but not on the front end. We mentioned Ivatt's stats. Rayleigh Langford had 7 points, 2 rebounds. Maggie Herndon had 8 points and 4 rebounds. It was a lower scoring affair for the Lee Scott Warriors as the Bobcats go 0 for 2 from the stripe. It's still 24-0. Rayleigh Langford tries to find a cutting Crocker, but that ball is intercepted. We've planted on the brakes here and traded turnovers here the last 60 seconds or so, and there it is right on cue again. Is Stella Henderson able to get a steal before it's knocked out of bounds. Warrior basketball with 9.9 here in the opening frame. Henderson to Langford. She's going to race her way up the floor, crosses half court with 7, works her way inside, past the defender, and it gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Bobcat basketball with 2.1 remaining on the clock. A fast-paced first quarter here inside Sanford Gymnasium. Home run pass gets intercepted. Rayleigh Langford there, and it's knocked out of bounds, but not before the clock hit zeros, and that's how the first quarter will come to a close. A first quarter dominated by the home team here inside Sanford Gymnasium. After 8 minutes, Lee Scott 24, Beulah 0. We're back with the start of the second quarter right after this here on the Lee Scott Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Winter is in full swing at Mountain High Outfitters. Come see all the great gear to keep you warm and dry in style. From the North Face, Patagonia, Free People Movement, Viore, or Local Boy, we have you set for every day or your ski or snowboarding trip this season. Come see Mountain High Outfitters on South College next to Tzatziki's in the heart of Auburn. Experience the difference at Mountain High Outfitters. Get out, get active, be inspired, and live your passion.
Lee Scott Academy basketball is on Tiger Country 104.5.
Start of the second quarter here on the Lee Scott Sports Network, and it's all Warriors after one. They lead it 24-0 here over the Beulah Bobcats in their 4th area game here this season. Lee Scott gets the ball to start the second 8 minutes. Maggie Herndon's going to take it once again, a step in front of the volleyball line, and she knocks down yet another one. That is her 4th three-pointer here this afternoon, and the Warriors are out in front 27-0. Maggie Herndon now guarding the ball. Arnett works her way down low. Running layup is a wild one, no good. Ivatt will clear the rebound. Now the outlet pass to Sydney Dunlap, who gets cut off, and I believe she stepped on the baseline. She did. So it'll go right back to the Bobcats. Lee Scott made 5 three-pointers in the first quarter and already have knocked down another in the first minute here in the second. Bobcats trying to answer with a 3 of their own. It's well too strong. Basketball fought for on the right block. Clark Ivatt's on the floor. I don't believe she got the timeout in time. She did not. It's a jump ball. It'll stay on this side with the Bobcats. They inbound it to Arnett. Now into the short corner where Sydney Dunlap got a piece of the basketball. It goes right back to Arnett. Arnett from three from Maggie Herndon range. Can't get it to go off the front of the rim. Haynes Kesey now to Dunlap, who spins her way on the baseline. Out to Clark Ivett. Her step in three right at the top of the key is short. Arnett the rebound. And now the outlet to the Bulldogs. One-on-one guarded by Clark Ivett. Nice defense playing, defending without fouling. Ball knocked out of bounds, fighting for the rebound, and it's Warrior basketball with 6.5 to play here in this second quarter. 27-0. Lee Scott Academy out in front of the Bobcats. Sydney Dunlap, her favorite spot, can't rattle home a three. Arnett, again, a long rebound. And off and running in transition are the Bobcats. Instead, the Warrior defense able to get back, and Lucy Zellner, trailing the play, is going to foul the three-point shooter. That's number 22, Charlie Burgess. A little too aggressive. Went for a little bit more than just the hand-up block. Went for the swat and caught just a little bit of elbow. First free throw from Burgess is off the front of the rim. No good. A reminder that the first half of tonight's game is presented by Russell Building Supply and Russell Do It Center. Experience and knowledge from the pros at your hometown home center. Second free throw on the way. That one off the front of the rim as well. Right now, the left side of the rim has not been a friend of the Bobcats. Speaks for itself. You don't have to look at field goal percentage. There is still a 0 on the board here. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. And they're now 0 for 5 from the free throw line as Zellner able to grab the defensive rebound. Warriors go in transition, and Haynes Kesey was right there to lay it in with the right hand. 29-0. Here 10 minutes into this contest. Warriors averaging just about 3 points a minute. Haynes Kesey almost gets a steal. Arnett tries to save it from going into the half court, which she easily could have let it. But instead, Clark Ivett now will get the steal, and she races her way into the paint and will lay it off the glass with the right hand. Clark Ivett now with 9 here in this first half. 5 Warriors have scored so far here this evening. And the 8-foot jumper from number 20, Madison Snittiger, gets the Bobcats on the board for the first time here this evening. It's 31-2. And now miscommunication, as Dunlap thought that she was fouled when the ball was knocked out of bounds. Instead, they will say that I don't believe it was even a foul. It was knocked out of bounds, but still Warrior basketball under their own basket. Maggie Herndon will inbound the basketball. The Bobcats fall asleep, and Clark Ivett right underneath the basket throws it up and in. Back-to-back buckets for number 1 in white, somebody who we just celebrated last game on Friday nights for hitting the Comma Club 1,000 career points. The free throw line jumper is no good. Ivett the rebound. Haynes Kesey bounced past to Peyton Lakeman, who's just checked in, but it never got to her. Now a fight for the basketball. It's a jump ball that'll stay on this side of the floor. Nice aggressive play from Peyton Lakeman. Again, the ball never got to her, but able to get a paw or two in it. And a fight for the basketball saves the possession for the Warriors. 4:50 to play here in this second quarter. Ivett skip pass all the way to the far corner in Haynes Kesey. She tried to get it to Stella Henderson, but it was intercepted. And in transition, Mariah David will lay it in. 33-4 here halfway through this second quarter. Kesey has it on the left wing. Now back to Maggie Herndon. 2 steps behind the three-point line. Not this time, but guess who's there? Clark Ivett underneath the rim. She's able to gather it with one hand and land on her feet and lay it in with that same left hand. She now has 6 here in the second to go along with her 7 in the first. So both her and Herndon both with 13 to lead the Warriors here halfway through this second quarter. It's 35-4. Arnett now a step back, but she's going to get called for a push-off. 35-4 here halfway through this second quarter. Got the PA announcer, Mr. Davis McIsaac, coming up here and demanding things from me. I mean, if he doesn't show up on time, I mean, using baseball practice as the excuse for not coming in here and doing your job. Making Coach William Johnson do the starting lineups, which everybody got a little bit of a giggle from. I don't even think he's not listening at all, but did you hear me? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had a great time, too. He loved it. He was very, very happy doing it. We may or may not have forgotten the national anthem, but that's okay. 30. Probably not. 35-4 here, 3.5 to play in this second quarter. 8-foot jumper is short. Stella Henderson fights for the rebound. They're going to call a tie-up underneath the basket. It'll stay with the Bobcats here with 3:28 to play here in this second quarter. Warriors continuing their hot shooting from Friday night. Bobcats look to inbound the basketball, find the outlets at the volleyball line extended. A step back three right in front of the Warrior bench is too strong. Weak side rebound with the Bobcats. Second chance, no. Peyton Lakeman right there to force yet another tie-up and steal yet another possession for the Warriors. You love the energy that Peyton Lakeman has given so far in her minutes. Hasn't found the scoring column, but doing just about every other thing right. Bobcats staying in that 2-3 zone as Crocker races her way up the floor. Rayleigh Langford has it. Now Stella Henderson. Langford now will set the offense. Standing at the L in LSA, she runs left. Sutton Lewis. Her catch and shoot three is off the back iron. Fight for the rebound. Goes all the way out to the elbow, and the Bobcats able to get it in transition. A 1-on-4, but it doesn't matter. A wild layup. Nice defense by Sutton Lewis. Rayleigh Langford the rebound. Warriors have numbers if they want to use it. Langford out to Henderson. Her catch and shoot triple is no good. Crocker with the fight for the offensive rebounds. Now back to Langford at the volleyball line, and we'll reset at 2.5 to play here in this second quarter. Langford now to Henderson. Now the halfway dribble handoff to Wesley Kate Crocker. Now Rayleigh Langford in the near corner. She can't knock it down. Sutton Lewis is there. Her 8-foot jumper is too strong, and now a fight for the basketball. Goes out of bounds. They will say still no signal yet. Nobody's moved, so I believe they are saying it's Warrior basketball. But we have not gotten the official signal. The players obviously got something verbal. 2:17 to play here in this second quarter. All Warriors here inside Sanford Gymnasium tonight, 35-4. Henderson inbound to Wesley Kate Crocker. A step or two inside the three-point line. She knocks down the short corner jumper. That's now 6 Warriors that have found the scoring column tonight in the first 16 minutes. 37-4 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Huddleston in the game. Nice defense, not allowing a blow-by layup. Ball sitting on the left wing. Now out to the right corner. Wesley Kate got a little eager. Couldn't get the steal, but able to get back and front the ball handler. Step in three is an air ball. Huddleston the rebound underneath the rim, and she is tripped with 1:37. Only the third team foul for the Bobcats here in this second quarter. No team really threatening to shoot too many free throws. You haven't seen too many of them. I believe you've seen 2 for Lee Scott with Maggie Herndon. And you've seen 5, I believe, with the Bobcats. Huddleston has it on the right wing, staring into the teeth of the 2-3 zone. A nice jab step from Crocker. This time she leaves the jumper short, but Huddleston's right there to gather the offensive rebounds from the same spot. She can't knock it down. Yet another offensive rebound. Three-pointer from Brooklyn Forbes hits the rim and rolls over the backboard out of bounds with 1:13 to play here in this first half. Again, another reminder that the first half of tonight's game is presented by Russell Building Supply and Russell Do-It Center. Experience and knowledge from the pros at your hometown home center. The Bobcats try and dump it down low, but it's too wide of the outstretched hands of Micaiah Brooks. Out of bounds, 60 seconds to play. The Warrior lead is 34. Forbes has it on the right elbow. Her jumper hits the front of the rim, no good. Lakeman there yet again. Now Huddleston from 7 feet, can't get it off the glass. And the rebound is fought for and won by the Bobcats, rather. 40 seconds to play before halftime. Forbes did a nice job stopping the ball in transition, and now what should be a moving screen it is. And you saw a little bit of a domino effect all the way out at the volleyball line. It was an illegal screen with a little bit of a shove. Wesley Kate Crocker, all of her momentum going forward, ran into the ball handler, knocked her over. 35.1 here in the second quarter. And 37-4, the Warriors here at home, they lead it. Forbes has it on the right wing. You can hear the whole team from the far side telling her to shoot it. Wesley Kate Crocker will without hesitation. Lakeman right there for the offensive rebound and a jump ball. As she bobbled it momentarily, brought it down, and the Bulldogs were able to get a tie-up. It's Beulah basketball, 23.6 here in the second. Brooks will run her way up the middle of the floor. Huddleston almost intercepted what would have been a pass back to the top of the key. Brooks, a step-in three, can't get it to go off the back iron. With the offensive rebounds with 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Brooks thought about the three. Bobcats didn't see the clock. I don't believe I got the shot off in time. It wouldn't have, or didn't go in, so it didn't truly matter. But we made the joke that the Lee Scott Warriors wouldn't be able to shoot the same that they did on Friday night. But my goodness, I stand corrected. It was 66-33 on Friday night. It is 37-4. And the three-pointers falling here in the first half for the Lee Scott Warriors. They lead it 37-4 here at the halftime break. And when we come back, we'll welcome you into the Orthopedic Clinic halftime reports. We'll talk about this first half, talk about some of the stats, and dive into what the Warriors need to do throughout this game as we work your way through the rest of the week, as well as you're in the heart of area play. 37-4, and we're back here in 2 minutes with the Orthopedic Clinic halftime reports on Tiger Country 104.5.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is your hometown home improvement store. You'll find what you need when you need it. And as a Russell Rewards member, you'll be in the know about monthly specials and exclusive offers. Russell Building Supply, East University in Auburn, across from Cary Creek Publix.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Hi, this is Tyler with Gutter Pro. Around here, we believe details make the difference. That's why we're the premier choice for custom seamless gutter systems and leak protection for both homes and businesses. No matter what kind of gutter you need, we do it all. From seamless installs to custom finishes, our work is built to last and tailored to your style. So don't settle for less. Leave it to the pros at Gutter Pro. Check us out today at gutterprosolutions.com. That's gutterprosolutions.com.
Owner Sean Snow founded Advanced Graphics in 2004 to satisfy a missing service need in East Alabama. 20 years later, Advanced Graphics has proven mission accomplished. For any comprehensive graphic need, vehicle wraps, decals, signs, custom apparel, and even those difficult-to-source laser-engraved ADA signs. The dedicated staff at Advanced Graphics offers exceptional quality with amazing customer service. Contact Advanced Graphics today at 334-501-8600. That's 501-8600. Advanced Graphics in Auburn. World-class service with local attention.
Hey guys, this is Tyler Reynolds with Reynolds Outdoors. Fall is right around the corner, which means hunting season will be on us before you know it. We are now carrying some of the best-known archery brand names like Matthews and PSE to go along with our well-stocked supply of firearms we have always been known for. And did you know we are the largest dealer of box blinds in Alabama, carrying popular brand names like Redneck and Banks? Don't forget, we carry Sitka, Bandit, and Drake apparel as well. Come see us today to meet all of your fall hunting needs. Located on Geneva Street in Opelika.
Lee Scott Academy Basketball Halftime Show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Clinic on Tiger Country 104.5.
Halftime here at Sanford Gymnasium. That means we get to welcome you into the Orthopedic Clinic Halftime Report. The Orthopedic Clinic is East Alabama's go-to center for orthopedic care with locations in Auburn and Opelika to better serve you. And as always, you can find them online at theorthoclinic.com. The Lee Scott Warriors and Coach Corey Harrison took a recipe from Friday nights, and man, you copied and pasted, made about the exact same thing. And my goodness, there are no complaints from the entire party that joined here tonight inside Sanford Gymnasium. The Lee Scott Warriors lead it 37-4 at the halftime break. And it was dominance from the first jump, from the first possession. It was Maggie Herndon who knocked down a triple from right around the volleyball line. Warriors get a stop, give it right back to her, and she knocks down another one from just about the same spot. One of 6 triples that the Warriors knocked down in that first half. They knocked down 11 in that 33-point win over Glenwood. And I made the joke before the game in the pregame saying that you would not be able to shoot that well here again tonight. You can't have that expectation. So how would you find your secondary scoring? Well, my goodness, you knocked down 5 threes in the first quarter and another one here in the second. And you combine that with your on-ball pressure, your on-ball defense, you're forcing live ball turnovers, and that's how you get to your score of 37-4. And hard to find too many complaints if you are Coach Corey Harrison. Let's take a look at some of these halftime stats. And halftime stats are brought to you by Lee County Revenue Commissioner Oline Price. To remind you that if you need services from her office, there's the main office at the courthouse in Opelika and satellite offices in Auburn and Smith Station. We mentioned Clark Ivett's name quite a bit, as did Maggie Herndon. And both of them lead the Lee Scott Warriors through 16 minutes of play. They both have 13. Haynes Kesey has 5. She's knocked down a triple. Sydney Dunlap, Lucy Zellner, and Wesley Kate Crocker both have a bucket in there as well. A very fast-paced first half, something that you would expect. Not too many fouls, not too many free throws, just a lot of live ball action. The only times you've seen substitutions are when the ball knocked out of bounds, tie-ups, and substitutions. Those have been the only times that you've really heard any whistles in those first 16 minutes. And if you're Coach Corey Harrison, you wouldn't want it any other way. We'll take a break, come back, and talk about the keys to the second half. We'll talk about if the first half keys were answered. I'll give you a little hint. We might not spend too much time talking about that because they were. Every single one of them was answered. But we'll talk about the keys to the second half and talk about a really important game here coming up tonight between the varsity boys of Beulah and Lee Scott Academy. You are not going to want to miss it, so why not stay right here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network and Tiger Country 104.5. The Orthopedic Clinic Halftime Report continues after this.
Our members love us.
Oh yes, ever since I got off active duty, they have helped me. I would recommend to anyone, if you really want to get your finances in order, come and see for yourself. I promise you, they will help you get on the path to financial freedom.
4 Seasons Federal Credit Union with 2 local branches. Membership eligibility required. Accounts federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is your hometown home improvement store. You'll find what you need when you need it. And as a Russell Rewards member, you'll be in the know about monthly specials and exclusive offers. Russell Building Supply, East University in Auburn, across from Cary Creek Publix.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment today.
The Lee Scott Academy Basketball Halftime Show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Clinic on Tiger Country 104.5.
Both teams out of their respective locker rooms, making it back onto the floor, putting up the final warm-up shots before we get you underway with the start of the second half. And as we wrap up the Orthopedic Clinic halftime report, we remind you that the Orthopedic Clinic is East Alabama's go-to center for orthopedic care, with locations in Auburn and Opelika to better serve you. And you can find them online at theorthoclinic.com. It's 37-4 here inside Sanford Gymnasium. The Lee Scott Academy Warriors, led by Coach Corey Harrison, doing everything right here in those first 16 minutes. We talked about a little copy and paste from what you saw against Glenwood on Friday night, man. 6 3-pointers made in this first half, 5 of them in the first quarter. And my goodness, 13 apiece from Clark Ivett and Maggie Herndon. You've had 6 Warriors already find the score column in these first 16 minutes, and you would imagine that you would continue to do that in the second half. Get your starters a couple of minutes. Make sure that you handle the second half the way that you handle the first, just so that way you don't have that mentality of taking any time off when you're on the floor. Other than that, you prioritize health and you prioritize getting to the fourth quarter, where you would imagine, unless something crazy happens, it would be a little bit more of a hot clock and a running clock to get you into the varsity boys game. And in that varsity boys game, man, I tell you, it's going to be a very, very fun contest. The Lee Scott Warriors are 17-3. The Beulah Bobcats are 15-3. The only difference, Lee Scott Academy 3-0 in area play, Beulah 3-2, and Bobcats at home lost this matchup in game 1, where Lee Scott won it 74-65 on one of the worst shooting nights that you'll see from a William Johnson coach team. We'll dive into a little bit more of that in the Lee Scott Academy pregame, but let's get you started with the second half here in the varsity girls.
Let's get back to the LSA action. It's on to the second half of our game, presented by Gouge Performing Arts Center on Tiger Country 104.5.
Lee Scott Academy going right to left now on your radio dial. Gets the ball to start the third quarter. The Bobcats staying in that 2-3 zone. And a couple of substitutions for the Lee Scott Warriors. Clark Ivett can't knock down the triple on the opening possession right in front of her bench. Sydney Dunlap falls to the floor and gets the offensive rebound, able to dribble handoff or somehow scoop it up to Clark Ivett. Ivett falling out of bounds, tried to race it to Maggie Herndon, but it gets intercepted, and then Maggie Herndon's going to pick up a check foul right in front of us here in the bleachers. Happy Tuesday evening here as we approach the 6 o'clock hour Central Time on the Lee Scott Sports Network. If you're listening to us as soon as you're getting off of work, man, we appreciate you being here with us. If you're working your way here to Sanford Gymnasium, I already talked to a couple parents that have done that, as Lucy Zellner in transition. Beautiful ball movements, and Zellner runs the floor. Her third and fourth points here this evening puts the Warriors up by 35. I had a couple parents come up and talk about listening on the way here, and so if that's your plan, we appreciate you for being here with us. If you can't make it and you're tuned in on Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, or that Radio Alabama app, we appreciate you as well. Got a text as well, Trey Lee. We don't appreciate you because you're not here. Maggie Herndon, oh my goodness, from the scorer's table, knocks down another triple. She has 16 now in the contest. Trey obviously joking. My good friend. 42-4, and a blocking foul on Rayleigh Langford. How dare you miss this first half? I mean, my goodness. 6.5 to play here in this third quarter. Bobcats with the basketball. A couple of cheap fouls picked up by the Warriors early here in this third quarter. Thankfully, unlike what you saw a little bit more in the Glenwood game, no Warrior in foul trouble whatsoever, as you only had 4 or 5 total team fouls in the first half. Dunlap did a nice job stopping the basketball. That's on the right elbow. Clark Ivett almost gets her hands on the basketball. Now Rayleigh Langford does, and it goes into the hands of Sydney Dunlap. A 2-on-3 fast break, and it's knocked away from behind. and Harper is going to be able to save it from going out of bounds. Now the Bobcats go in transition. Harper with the pink shoes, outlet, right wing, catch and shoot three from Burgess is no good, and Maggie Herndon, rather than trying to race it down, will rather box everybody out and make sure that nobody can get it, and it goes out of bounds. Warrior basketball. 2 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. Nobody picks up. Sydney Dunlap in transition. Can't knock down a three. Clark Ivett there. Can't get the offense, or gets the offensive rebound. Can't get the second chance opportunity to fall. But she's hacked on the lower body when she was in the air, so she will head to the line to shoot a couple. Two dribbles. And a confident stroke from Clark Ivett knocks down the front end. Second free throw looks about the same as the first. 44-4 here inside Sanford Gymnasium. It's David. Runs her way up the near side of the floor, cut off by Sydney Dunlap. Catch and shoot three from Harper from the top of the key. Hit the back iron, popped straight up and hit the little rope, or hit the, I don't know exactly what that is, but real professional to say the part of the goal that holds it to the rafters. Maggie Herndon gets the ball stripped away, and then she'll pick up a foul. Not a bad foul, as it would have led to a free layup. 5:15 to play here in the third quarter. Harper, who I apologize, have called Arnett all night long, as that was what I got on my roster, but we now have the true man himself, Davis McIsaac, getting me the overly official lineup. It's the Bobcats and Mariah David run baseline, and it's knocked out of bounds. She ran into Lucy Zellner and fell to the floor. Lucy Zellner stood there right on that right block. 4.5 to play, actually closer to 5 here in the third quarter. Three-pointer no good. Ivett with the rebound. Rayleigh Langford running the floor. Her left-handed layup. Oh my goodness, how does that not fall? Couldn't get it to go. And now Langford trying to fight for it after Harper took a dribble or two, and they're going to call her for a foul. That's the third team foul for Lee Scott, her second here in the third. I don't know how that did not fall. Ivett Gambles couldn't get the steal. Warriors have to go into a little bit of a scramble, but able to get back. Harper now a slow Euro step blocked by Rayleigh Langford, and she'll get the defensive rebound and run up the left side of the floor with 4.5 to play. Maggie Herndon, my goodness, from long range, that time off the front of the rim. Testing her confidence every single time, now 2-0 as the long rebound went all the way out to the three-point line, and Mariah David able to lay it in. Herndon, you feel like, is gaining confidence, taking a step back every single time as she pulls it. Clark Ivett, now the 15-foot baseline jumper, no good. Rayleigh Langford gets the offensive rebound, and the line drive goes in off the front of the rim. And the Bobcats now inbound the basketball. The point guard was tying her shoe, so the inbounder runs and picked up the basketball, so that'll turn into an inbound violation. It'll be Warrior basketball with 3:40 here in the third. A couple of subs now for the Warriors. Sutton Lewis, Stella Henderson will check in. So it's Langford, Herndon, Henderson, Lewis, and Ivett. Langford, the inbounder, tries to find Clark Ivett. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay on this side of the floor. (46-6) here inside Sanford Gymnasium. Inbound to Herndon. Her three-pointer right in front of the Warrior bench is no good. Knocked around and off the forehead of Rayleigh Langford. Leads to a run out. And Harper is able to lay it in. And Maggie Herndon showing everybody where the imprint of the Wilson Hit her right in the forehead. Ivett has it in the short corner. Didn't want to put up the shot. Will back things out into the 2-3 zone. Langford. Now Herndon. Now Henderson. Now Lewis in the far corner. Nice ball movement. Results in an open three. And Sutton Lewis knocks down another triple. Her first points of the evening. The 7th three-pointer to fall here tonight for the Warriors. Harper now guarded by Henderson. Frustrated right now. Is going to take a long step back three, and it's no good. Nice defense from Henderson. Herndon now races her way right in front of the scorer's table. Works her way short corner, throws it down low to Rayleigh Langford, and she's hit from behind. She will head to the line to shoot a couple. 2:40 to play here in the third quarter. Warriors lead at 49-8. First free throw from Rayleigh. Can't go down. Peyton Lakeman will check in for Maggie Herndon. Two dribbles from Rayleigh Langford. Spins it into her left hand. Re-grabs it with the right. And knocks down the second free throw. All three of her points coming here in this third quarter. 2.5 to play. The Warriors have hit the 50-point mark and lead at 50-8. Harper has it on the right elbow. Now out to the left wing. Line drive three is no good. Nice box out from Sutton Lewis. She'll clear the rebounds. Everybody backs up. She's now going to run the floor. And tries to find Rayleigh Langford on the left wing. Gets it intercepted. David now running right. Her layup won't go, and Ivett can't secure the defensive rebound. Bobbles it out of bounds. It'll be Bobcat basketball under their own basket with 2:11 here on the clock. Bobcats trying to inbound the basketball. A baseball pass is blocked by Clark Ivett, almost a volleyball spike at the top of a net. And the Bobcat inbounder didn't have a chance but to grab the basketball. So now it's Warrior basketball, a give and go with Ivett and Henderson. But Clark Ivett can't get the 6-foot touch shot to go. The Warriors gather the offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity. And Clark Ivett is going to make you pay. Charlie Huddleston and Wesley Kate Crocker will check in for Ivett and Langford. Clark Ivett's like one of those just star players that you can't give another opportunity. It's like when you talk about baseball teams, give them 4 outs in an inning, they're going to make you pay. By no means am I comparing her to Matthew Stafford, but for those that watch the Bears-Rams game, Rams went 3 and out. The Panthers gave the ball back to the MVP, and I feel like everybody in that stadium knew the game was over because you were giving Stafford another chance. It's the same thing with Clark Ivett. You give her 2 opportunities in one possession, she is going to make you pay. Basketball is on the floor. Wesley Kate Crocker's left-handed layup is blocked, but a foul, and now we check on Mariah David, who is still laying over here on the far side of the floor. .114 remaining on the clock here in the third quarter. It's 52-8, but we'll step aside as David gets some attention right around the three-point line. We'll be back on the Lee Scott Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union. Homegrown and member-owned.
We love our members love us.
Oh yes, ever since I got off active duty, they have helped me. I would recommend to anyone, if you really want to get your finances in order, come and see for yourself. I promise you, they will help you get on the path to financial freedom.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union with 2 local branches. Membership eligibility required. Accounts federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Hi, This is Tyler with Gutter Pro. Around here, we believe details make the difference. That's why we're the premier choice for custom seamless gutter systems and leak protection for both homes and businesses. No matter what kind of gutter you need, we do it all. From seamless installs to custom finishes, our work is built to last and tailored to your style. So don't settle for less. Leave it to the pros at Gutter Pro. Check us out today at gutterprosolutions.com. That's gutterprosolutions.com.
Mariah David able to walk off under her own power, a little bit of a limp, but makes her way to the sideline as Wesley Kate Crocker goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. It's 53-8 with 60 seconds and counting to play here in the third quarter. Running down the lane is number 24, Acacia Brooks, but can't get the layup to go. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay here with the Bobcats. Brooklyn Forbes will check in for Sutton Lewis. Warriors fall asleep on the inbound, and Harper, who has showed off the range a couple of times here tonight, couldn't get one to fall. This time she does. Makes it 53-11, 40 seconds to play. Crocker now going coast to coast. Kick out to Charlie Huddleston. Her three is short. Fight for the rebound goes into the hands of Stella Henderson. Now Brooklyn Forbes. Her 10-foot jumper is no good. Ball tapped around right back into Harper. Wesley Kate Crocker trying to get back and play defense without fouling. Did a nice job, but Harper still able to lay it in with the right hand. That's now 7 points for Harper, and all coming here in this third quarter. Huddleston catch and shoot once again. Right wing three is no good. Henderson, the offensive rebounds yet again. Forbes has it. Tried to find Huddleston and got it intercepted. 7 seconds. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. We'll see if Brooks sees it on the right wing. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Intercepted by Stella Henderson. And that is how the third quarter will come to a close. 53-13 here after 3 inside Sanford Gymnasium. We're back with the final 8 minutes right after this. Here you're listening to Radio Alabama Sports on Tiger Country 104.5. And this is the Lee Scott Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
1907. Auburn had no paved roads, no local newspaper, a few automobiles, very little electricity or indoor plumbing, and one bank, Auburn Bank. For all these years, we've had a part in shaping and serving Auburn, Opelika, and East Alabama, a steadfast partner to our customers, meeting financial needs at just the right times. How do we know our community so well? Because we've grown up together. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Every sports team has a glue guy, the unsung hero that does the dirty work. Society's glue guys are towing companies. Whether your car is in an accident or you own a business and need a vehicle moved, we all need tow trucks. When you need one, call Auburn Express Towing, offering 24-hour towing services. AET specializes in parking lot and private property towing in Auburn. Call 334-821-6033. Auburn Express Towing, located at 615 Opelika Road.
Start of the fourth quarter here on the Lee Scott Sports Network. It was Warrior basketball, and Wesley Kate Crocker hit a nice turnaround jumper on the right elbow. It's 55-13 Warriors here inside Sanford Gymnasium, and a bounce pass gets soccer kicked by Wesley Kate off the padding here on the right side of the goal. Seven and a half to play, and you are getting a little bit of that hot clock here in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass goes to Brooks, but is intercepted by Henderson. Forbes now with the basketball, has a couple Warriors out in front of her. Lakeman saved it from going out of bounds. Wesley Kate Crocker loses it inside the paint. Forbes, a little pump fake now, works her way right. Can't get the basket to fall. Lakeman, offensive rebound. Huddleston, shot won't go. Lakeman with the spike to save it in bounds. But the Warriors can't capitalize on that possession. The Bobcats will walk it up the floor. Harper has it at the volleyball line, extended, running left. She loses the basketball, intercepted by Wesley Kate, and now a fight for the basketball. It's going to be a tie-up, but the possession arrow will give it to Lee Scott Academy. It won't actually. When I looked up, apologies, it had already changed. It will stay Bobcat basketball. And almost a turnover on the inbound, but Harper with the toe taps able to save it. It's 55-13. 6 minutes to play in the varsity girls contest. We hope you'll stick with us here on the Lee Scott Sports Network, whether it's Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, or that Radio Alabama app, as it is going to be a historic night inside Sanford Gymnasium. Wesley Kate Crocker in transition can't get the layup to go. And Peyton Lakeman fought for the rebound, but she's going to get called for the personal foul with under 6 minutes to play. And again, we've teased the history that is coming to Sanford Gymnasium. We won't dive into it a whole lot, but we'll give one little hint. Magic number of 11. That is what we will say here on the Lee Scott Sports Network. Harper running right, works her way into the lane, and she now has 9 points. And again, all of those coming here in the second half. It's 55-15. Huddleston has it on the right wing, now out to Forbes. Her elbow jumper is good. Look at Brooklyn Forbes, a nice round of applause from the Warrior faithful inside Sanford Gymnasium here tonight. Her first points of the evening. It's now 57-15, 5 minutes to play here in the contest. And Harper works her way in the lane once again. A nice little Euro step. She'll draw contact, can't get the layup to go, but will shoot two at the line. First free throw is off the back iron, no good. The news outside of Lee Scott or Auburn or even outside of the sport, but for any Braves fans listening here, Andrew Jones was just announced as the newest member in Cooperstown. So congratulations to one of the best center fielders to ever play the game. 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter inside Sanford Gymnasium. The Lee Scott Warriors out in front 57-15. Charlie Huddleston gets a steal. It's now spiked, goes into the hands of Makasia Brooks, and she's able to lay it in. Crocker up the middle of the floor, crossover dribble, almost gets intercepted, goes off of her foot and right to Charlie Huddleston. Bounce pass to Lakeman, one more to Stella Henderson. Her line drive three can't get it to go. And the long rebound with the Bobcats, and now Harper in transition has it poked away by Charlie Huddleston from behind. Nice closing speed, able to knock it out of bounds and not allow the easy layup. 3.5 to play. As the Bobcats tried to feed a cutting Bobcat, but it's off the knee of Charlie Huddleston. We'll do it again from the same spot. Inbounding from the O, and Warriors. Bobcats thought about the step-in three, but it's knocked around and stolen. Huddleston picks up her dribble in the half court. Brooklyn Forbes, she has it. Kick out to Wesley Kate Crocker in front of the bench. Can't knock it down, and it will go out of bounds right by the admission table with 2:45 here in the contest of the varsity girls. Coach Corey Harrison and company well on their way to a 4-0 start in area play, and a moving screen will give it right back to the Warriors as we approach the 2-minute mark. But looking at a 4-0 start and a 14-8 overall record, but again, my goodness, playing the best basketball right now if you are Lee Scott Academy. Crocker has it, and both guards of the 2-3 collapse on her. Forbes able to gather it, and she knocks that out of bounds. 2 minutes to play. Inbound goes to Crocker, now to Huddleston. She drives through the middle of the floor, and she loses it. Harper now showing off the speed. Right-handed layup is no good. Rebound goes all the way out beyond the three-point line. Saved by the Bobcats. Harper now one more. Free throw line jumper is no good by Lauren Gooden. Huddleston with the rebound. Now Brooklyn Forbes through the right side of the lane. She loses it. Baseball pass out of Kimberly Potter. She loses the basketball. Brooks has it right back to Potter in the near corner. Now down low. Ball hasn't really sat in a set of hands in about 20 or 30 seconds. You feel like it's just playing ping pong between a couple of hands. Warriors able to get the defensive rebounds, and running the floor is Wesley Kate Crocker. She's able to lay it in with the right hands. She now has 7 in the contest. 60 seconds to play. The Warrior lead is 42, and a moving screen yet again will give the ball back to the Warriors with 30 seconds to play. Crocker will walk the ball up the floor. She gets it to Brooklyn Forbes, who works her way inside. 8-foot jumper is no good. Rebound goes to the Bobcats. Casey Harper gets cut off in the short corner. A couple crossover dribbles now running left. Works her way to the free throw line with 12. And a long three off the front of the rim. No good. Offensive rebounds by Lauren Gooden is good. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second half-court jumper from Wesley Kate Crocker. Shows off the arm strength. It goes over the backboard. Well, Lee Scott Academy now 4-0 in area play. They move to 14-8 overall. A dominating 59-19 victory over the Beulah Bobcats. And when we come back, we'll recap this game, talk a little bit about the varsity boys because, again, a historic night inside Sanford Gymnasium is upcoming. We'll talk all about it here when we come back on the Lee Scott Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment today.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Every sports team has a glue guy, the unsung hero that does the dirty work. Society's glue guys are towing companies. Whether your car is in an accident or you own a business and need a vehicle moved, we all need tow trucks. When you need one, call Auburn Express Towing, offering 24-hour towing services. AET specializes in parking lot and private property towing in Auburn. Call 334-821-6033. Auburn Express Towing, located at 615 Opelika Road.
Winter is in full swing at Mountain High Outfitters. Come see all the great gear to keep you warm and dry in style. From the North Face, Patagonia, Free People Movement, Viore, or Local Boy, we have you set for every day or your ski or snowboarding trip this season. Come see Mountain High Outfitters on South College next to Tzatziki's in the heart of Auburn. Experience the difference at Mountain High Outfitters. Get out, get active, be inspired, and live your passion.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is your hometown home improvement store. You'll find what you need when you need it. And as a Russell Rewards member, you'll be in the know about monthly specials and exclusive offers. Russell Building Supply, East University in Auburn, across from Cary Creek Publix.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Hi, This is Tyler with Gutter Pro. Around here, we believe details make the difference. That's why we're the premier choice for custom seamless gutter systems and leaf protection for both homes and businesses. No matter what kind of gutter you need, we do it all. From seamless installs to custom finishes, our work is built to last and tailored to your style. So don't settle for less. Leave it to the pros at Gutter Pro. Check us out today at gutterprosolutions.com. That's gutterprosolutions.com.
Tiger Country 104.5 is a Radio Alabama station, part of the Auburn Networks family. WAUE HD2, Waverly, Auburn, Opelika.
Auburn, Opelika Country. Tiger Country 104.5.
The following is a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited.
Lee Scott Academy Basketball is on Tiger Country 104.5. Presented by the Orthopedic Clinic, Gouge Performing Arts Center, Mountain High Outfitters, and Russell Building Supply. Also brought to you by Auburn Bank, Gutter Pro, Advanced Graphics, Auburn Express Towing, and Four Seasons Federal Credit Union. Now, live from courtside, here's the voice of Lee Scott Academy Basketball, Christian Griffin.
Two steps down, one more to go here inside Sanford Gymnasium as the Lee Scott varsity girls pick up a 59-19 win over the Beulah Bobcats. They move to 4-0 in area play and move to 13-8 here in the 2025-2026 season. We welcome you back into the Lee Scott Sports Network. I'm Christian Griffin here, bringing you all of tonight's action inside Sanford Gymnasium. And whether you're listening on Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, or that Radio Alabama app, we appreciate you for listening and for your support of Lee Scott Academy basketball here on this Tuesday evening. Recapping the Lee Scott varsity girls, it was dominance, as we mentioned, from the opening tip. 59-19 was your final score. Clark Ivett led all scorers in the contest. She had 17. Maggie Herndon right behind her with 16. Haynes Kesey with 5. Rayleigh Langford with 3. Lucy Zellner with 4. Sydney Dunlap with 2. Brooklyn Forbes with 2. Wesley Kate Crocker had 7. And Sutton Lewis had 3. So again, you see that balanced distributing scoring for the Lee Scott Warriors. You know that Clark Ivett is going to get hers just about every single night. But if you can have 2, if not 3 Warriors get to that 7-8 mark, much less double digits, you're going to love where you're at the end of 4 quarters. And here inside Sanford Gymnasium, when you force those live ball turnovers, you create really easy looks, really open looks. Man, hard to complain if you're Coach Corey Harrison with what you did on Friday night against Glenwood. You follow that up with a very similar shooting performance here tonight on Tuesday. Again, they move to 4-0 in area play and 13-8 in the season overall. And now we transition into the varsity boys game where, my goodness, it could be a barn burner here tonight. The Lee Scott Warriors enter play behind Coach William Johnson at 17-3 overall. They are 3-0 in area play. The Beulah Bobcats not far behind. They are 15-3, 3-2 in area play. One of those losses coming back on December 9th to the Lee Scott Warriors, where they fell 74-65. It was the Lee Scott Warriors having arguably their worst shooting performance all season long, where they were 2 of 23 from behind the three-point line. Yet Harper still gave you a 20-point double-double. He finished with 24, 10, and 6. William Lyles gave you 16 and 5. Parks Myers gave you 10 and 5. And Barrett Cook gave you 16 and 4 in that as well. But it was really a second half performance that really was able to ice that game for the Lee Scott Academy Warriors. In the first half, you had Cam Baker, a name that you will have to know a lot of tonight, will be their leading scorer for the Beulah Bobcats, a walking 20-point bucket just about every single time he steps on the floor. Warriors going to have to find a way to contain him tonight if they want to remain undefeated in area play. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game, presented by Jeffcoat Trant Funeral Home and Crematory, serving Opelika, Auburn, and Lee County since 1988. We mentioned the shooting splits that you saw on December 9th against this Beulah team, 2 of 23 from 3 against Beulah. So because of that, work inside out. This is a team that shoots over 53% from inside the three-point line. Use that to dominate here tonight. Second, again, keep Cam Baker in check. He is going to be the one Bobcat that can really, really hurt you here tonight. He's their leading playmaker, their leading scorer, and obviously when the eyes are fixed on Cam Baker, that allows a couple of the other shooters for this Beulah team to get open and to get hot. And the third and final key to the game tonight, tempo. Get out and go. If you can rebound here tonight, you can get out, run your transition offense. Your depth is much bigger than this Beulah Bobcat team, and that's what you saw a lot of on December 9th. Again, that first half, really, really competitive. You went back and forth, and you even felt like this Beulah team had a lot of the momentum through the first 16 minutes. But Lee Scott was able to just grind them out on the road, use that tempo, and just absolutely exhaust this Beulah Bobcat team. We'll see if they can do so here again tonight inside Sanford Gymnasium. My goodness, it's going to be a very, very fun night and a historic night here inside Sanford Gymnasium, and we're so glad that you are here to join us along for the ride. When we come back, we'll get you starting lineups and opening tip between the Beulah Bobcats and your Lee Scott Academy Warriors. All of that coming up when we come back. You're listening to Radio Alabama Sports on Tiger Country 104.5, and this is the Lee Scott Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment today.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Hi, this is Tyler with Gutter Pro. Around here, we believe details make the difference. That's why we're the premier choice for custom seamless gutter systems and leaf protection for both homes and businesses. No matter what kind of gutter you need, we do it all. From seamless installs to custom finishes, our work is built to last and tailored to your style. So don't settle for less. Leave it to the pros at Gutter Pro. Check us out today at gutterprosolutions.com. That's gutterprosolutions.com.
Our members love us.
Oh yes, ever since I got off active duty, they have helped me. I would recommend to anyone, if you really want to get your finances in order, come and see for yourself. I promise you, they will help you get on the path to financial freedom.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union with 2 local branches. Membership eligibility required. Accounts federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Now the starting lineups, presented by Auburn Bank on your LSA sports station, Tiger Country 104.5.
Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Auburn Bank. Their local team stands ready to discuss your financial needs and goals. Auburn Bank, champions of you and proud sponsor of Lee Scott Warrior basketball. Wearing number 1, a 6'3" senior, Grayson Haley. wearing number 2, a 6'1 senior, Mr. 1000, Mr. Hayden Harper. Wearing number 10, a 6'3 senior, number 10, William Lyles. A 6'3 senior, wearing number 22, Mr. Cord Zellner, and a 6'4 junior, a 6'3 senior, wearing number 3, it is Chapman Harris. We're just about ready for opening tip here between the Beulah Bobcats and your Lee Scott Academy Warriors. And what a contest it should be here tonight. 17-3 are the Lee Scott Warriors going up against 15-3, the Beulah Bobcats here tonight. William Lyles will do the opening tip, and it goes directly sideways into the hands of Bo Duck, and we're underway here inside Sanford Gymnasium. Lee Scott, the varsity boys, looking to complete the sweep over the Beulah Bobcats. JV boys and varsity girls dominated in their contest. The 3 from Sands is no good. Chapman Harris now in transition, gets to the short corner. Cord Zellner has it, spins back towards the middle of the floor. William Lyles, now Hayden Harper, between the legs dribble. He's going to be guarded by Cam Baker and vice versa all night long. Chapman Harris, blow by, gets the defender in the air, can't lay it in with the left hand. Fight for the rebound. Hayden Harper has it. His touch shot, kisses it off the glass, and it's good. 2-0 Warriors here, 45 seconds into the contest. In transition go the Bobcats. Finger roll layup won't go for Morgan. A fight for the rebound. Cord Zellner able to get it and is strong with the basketball. He'll draw a foul, the first of the night for either team. Harper, between the legs dribble at half court, walks his way up the floor. Lyles, now Haley, now Zellner, all 5 Warriors touching the basketball. Gray Haley down low, and he gets it to go off the glass. A nice off-ball screen on the left wing, cutting Gray Haley. He's able to lay it in. And 4-0 Warriors, a minute 15 into the contest. Now a volleyball spike. Hayden Harper in transition. He lays it in with the right hand. Warriors up 6-0. The tempo of the Lee Scott Warrior defense causing havoc for the Bobcats here tonight. But there's Cam Baker making plays. Layup for Foreman won't go. He wants a foul, not going to get it. Warriors quick in transition. Chapman Harris lowers the shoulder, able to get the layup to go. A minute 45 into the contest. It's 8-0 Warriors. They steal the inbound, and Gray Haley lays it in with the right hand. Timeout on the floor. What a start by this William Johnson coach squad. 10-0 Warriors, a minute and 50 into this contest. A 30-second timeout means we will keep it right here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network. Gray Haley with 4, Chapman Harris with 2, and Hayden Harper already with 4 here tonight. And my goodness, couldn't ask for a better start if you're Coach William Johnson here at home. 10-0, Lee Scott Academy out in front. And while we have a moment, we'll remind you that the first half of tonight's game is presented by Russell Building Supply and Russell Do-It Center. Experience and knowledge from the pros at your hometown home center. Hayden Harper coming off a 28-point game against the rival Glenwood Gators. William Lyles added 15. Barrett Cook added 13. Parks Myers had 11. My goodness, all-around scoring for this Lee Scott Warrior squad, and you're seeing it already here tonight. 10-0. The Bobcats trying to get the ball across half court, not going to do it without a little bit of pressure. They're able to blow by 3 from Bo Duck, and he's able to get it to go. A nice shot, a nice move. Got the defender in the air, cut the lead to 7. Chapman Harris, now William Lyles right in front of the Bobcat bench. Can't knock that one down. Ball was in Haley's hands, but Baker able to strip it free. 2-on-3 break. Cam Baker doesn't care. He's going to drive into the heart of Hayden Harper. And Harper will pick up the foul. And Baker will head to the line to shoot 2. Again, that is the name that you have to know if you're the Lee Scott Warriors and what you have to defend. First free throw from Baker is good. Can confidently give you 20 just about every single time he steps on the floor. When you feel like your job, if you're the Warriors, make sure that that number doesn't increase. Second free throw is no good. Gray Haley with the rebound, and he'll run the floor. Nobody picks him up till he gets to the three-point line. Thought about the 3, didn't take it. William Lyles crossover dribble out to Hayden Harper. Guarded by Baker, almost got his pocket picked. Hand off to Chapman Harris. Goes behind the screen, now to Cord Zellner, now kick out to Hayden Harper. He uses the screen, gets downhill and has it stripped. A couple of unforced turnovers, very costly ones early in this game. It was 10-0, now 10-4, 3 minutes into this contest. Cam Baker will set the offense, standing in the circle at half court, guarded by Chapman Harris, who almost picked up a personal foul. Baker has it. The Warriors double him, forcing him to get rid of the basketball. Swing pass, one more. Three-pointer, no good. William Lyles fights for the rebounds. Chapman Harris now in transition. May have gotten away with a double dribble, has it in front of the Bobcat bench. Swing pass to Lyles, now to Harper down low. His fadeaway jumper, beautiful touch from Hayden Harper. He's up to 6 here in this first quarter. Half of the Warrior points, and the Warrior lead is 8. Now in transition go the Bobcats. Out to Cam Baker on the right wing. Jab step, Chapman Harris, I think he traveled, he did. Cam Baker took a jab step, but it was a rather big one, and he moved that pivot foot just enough to get the official, who was staring right at him, to blow the whistle. And now halfway through that first quarter, you're seeing that Coach William Johnson sub as Wyatt Watley, Brooks Zachary, Barrett Cook, and Jack Fuquay sub into the contest. Hayden Harper remains on the floor. Barrett Cook dribble handoff. Now Fuquay, and a kickball violation as they tried to feed Harper on the left block. If you remember the magic number that we gave you, that was 11 working their way into the contest. We won't say anything more, but the magic number is 5. Hayden Harper, kick out to Barrett Cook. His step in three, no good. Brooks Zachary, the offensive rebound, can't get it to go. Still fighting for it, able to save it, throw it back to Hayden Harper. In and out of his hands, but actually goes into the hands of Fuquay. Running underneath the basket, get it to Hayden Harper. Running left-handed layup, can't get it to go. And quick in transition goes Cam Baker. His free throw line jumper blocked by Barrett Cook. Out in the hands of Sands, guarded by Jack Fuquay. Right in front of the Warrior bench. Bounce pass down low to Foreman. Barrett Cook went for the block, but got a lot of forearm on Foreman. And he will head to the line to shoot a couple. With 3:30 to play in the contest, you feel like the first breath is being taken by either one of these teams. First free throw is too strong, off the back iron. 12-4, Lee Scott Academy out in front here inside Sanford Gymnasium over the area foe, the Beulah Bobcats. The Bobcats 3-2 in area play. The Warriors looking to move to 4-0. Second free throw from Foreman is good. Trims the lead to a touchdown. Hayden Harper able to get downhill, with the Bobcats trying to set up a little bit of pressure. They'll now work their way back into the half court. Looks like a 2-3, but plays a little bit more like a man. Brooks Zachary has it on the right wing, almost poked away. Throw it into the hands of Wyatt Wiley. He gets downhill. Nobody picks him up, and he's hacked on the face. Couldn't convert on the layup, but he will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. It wasn't necessarily hard contact, but hit him right across the forehead. Maybe got him in the eye a little bit as well, but doesn't bother him on the first free throw. William Lyles will check in for Jack Fuquay. 13-5. 5 minutes into this first quarter. And number 5 steps to the line for his second free throw, where it's too strong. Rebound is with Bo Duck. Now Cam Baker gets blitzed by Watley and Cook. Again, just doing everything you can to get the ball out of his hands, not allowing him to be the playmaker, force the other four. Foreman, step in three from the right wing is too strong, knocked out of bounds. And it's Warrior basketball with 2:51 here in the first period. Harper dribbling with the left hand, gets Barrett Cook downhill, kick out to William Lyles. Now a dribble bounce pass to Wyatt. Watley works his way in transition. Brooks Zachary underneath the rim. They're going to call a foul on the floor, I believe. The pump fake got the defender in the air, and before Brooks Zachary was able to go up with it, there was contact. So Watley will inbound the basketball to Hayden Harper in the far corner. He now works his way downhill through contact. Couldn't get the layup to go, but tapped out to Hollywood Watley, who was able to get it to Barrett Cook. Fought for, wrestled away by Cam Baker. A 3-on-2 break for the Bobcats. Catch and shoot three is too strong off the back iron, but able to get his own rebound is Kadarius Morgan. The layup won't go. The second chance, third chance opportunity won't go. Zachary with the beautiful pump fake to Wyatt Watley in transition. And both defenders fell for it. Led to a wide open layup for Brooks Zachary. Now the Warriors were slow getting back on their side of the floor. Hayden Harper will pick up another personal foul. That's his second. The Bobcats stand at the free throw line, trailing 15-5 with 2 minutes to play here in this first period. First free throw is good. Gray Haley will check in for Hayden. That free throw hit the front of the rim, sat on the back iron, started rolling left and then fell back right and found the bottom of the net. Second free throw is too strong. Brooks Zachary with the rebound. 2 minutes to play here in this first period. And Wyatt Watley walks it up the floor, power dribbling with the right hand. Zachary now to Barrett Cook. And Haley. William Lyles bounce pass to Zachary. A nice motion offense. Watley goes against the screen. Floater couldn't get it to go. A tough angle, couldn't use the backboard. And missed it off the back iron. 90 seconds to play. Warriors by 9. Morgan dribbling on the left wing, almost stripped by Wyatt Watley. Instead, he gets out of position and gets stripped by Brooks Zachary. Wyatt Watley now behind the back dribble, 3-on-2, works his way through contact, got pushed from behind, couldn't convert the layup, but will head back to the charity stripe with 1:20 here in the first. First free throw from Watley is good. Hollywood now with 2 points here in this first quarter. 1 of 5 Warriors to find the scoring column so far here tonight. Chapman Harris will sub in. Brooks Zachary will take a seat. Two dribbles for Watley. Free throw is too strong, but Barrett Cook there. The offensive rebound gets it to Gray Haley. His shot is blocked by Morgan. And they get it into the hands of Cam Baker, who sprints his way up the floor, breaking a couple traps, breaking a couple on-ball screens, now going to work or trying to on Chapman Harris, but Chapman does a nice job getting low to the floor and forcing Cam Baker to back things out. Now spins, works his way into the middle of the floor, and can't get the right-handed layup to go from the middle of the floor. Barrett Cook the rebound, outlet to Wyatt Watley. He's in the short corner now. Chapman Harris. No look pass to Barrett Cook. His catch-and-shoot triple is no good. William Lyles there fights for the offensive rebound. It won't go. Gray Haley there once again, and the left-handed layup is good. Second chance, third chance, fourth chance opportunities for the Warriors paying off. They lead it 18-6, under a minute to play, and now Morgan in transition, able to get his first points of the evening. The lead back to 10. Watley now kicked to Gray Haley, back to Barrett Cook. May have gotten away with a travel. Kick to Chapman Harris. His straightaway three is no good. Barrett Cook tipped the offensive rebound to Gray Haley, who caught it all in one motion, lays it in with the right hand, and has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. 14.3 remaining in the first quarter. Gray Haley back-to-back buckets, and the Warrior lead is a dozen. Free throw from Gray Haley is too strong, so can't convert on the three-point play. 10 seconds to play here in the opening period. Ball walked up the floor, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, cut off by the Warriors. Cam Baker has it with 3, with 2, gets to the free throw line, fadeaway jumper, got it off in time, but couldn't get it to go off the glass. Beautiful on-ball defense by the Lee Scott Warriors for that entirety of the first quarter. 20-8, Lee Scott Academy has the advantage after 1, and we're back with the start of the second quarter right after this here on the Lee Scott Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union. Homegrown and member-owned.
We love our members love us.
Oh yes, ever since I got off active duty, they have helped me. I would recommend to anyone, if you really want to get your finances in order, come and see for yourself. I promise you, they will help you get on the path to financial freedom.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union with 2 local branches. Membership eligibility required. Accounts federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Eight minutes down here inside Sanford Gymnasium in the varsity boys contest. And Coach William Johnson's crew looking to complete the 3-game sweep here at home inside Sanford Gymnasium, which would actually be the 6-game season sweep over the Beulah Bobcats with JV, varsity girls, and now varsity boys. Varsity girls picked up a 59-19 win here just a few moments ago. And the Warriors, after 1, out in front by a dozen. And it'll be Warrior basketball going left to right here to start the second quarter. The Warriors again in their home white on whites. The Beulah Bobcats in their road black on blacks with the gold accent colors. The diamonds going down the sides of the jerseys and the pants. Hayden Harper has it. He'll dribble handoff with William Lyles. He'll set up the offense. Haley, now Zellner, now Harris, now back to Gray Haley, and the right-handed layup is good. The off-ball screens that are on the left wing are a beauty right now, leading to wide-open layups for the Warriors. Hayden Harper works his way after getting a steal. Kick out to William Lyles. His triple finds the bottom of the net. And now a bad inbounds pass. Miscommunication by the Bobcats on who was going to inbound the basketball. It's knocked out of bounds. It should be Warrior basketball under their basket since nobody touched it. It is. A 5-0 run the first 35 seconds here in this second quarter. 25-8. Lee Scott Academy with the basketball and the advantage. William Lyles catch and shoot once again at the top of the key. This time it won't go down. Cord Zellner was in position, but the basketball hit the top of the backboard. Made it look like he jumped too early. 7 minutes to play here in this second quarter. Baker, crossover dribble. Tough elbow jumper is too strong off the back iron. Lyles the rebounds. 4-on-2. Lyles pass to Chapman Harris through contact. No, William Lyles there on the other end to clean it up. William Lyles with 5 straight points for the Warriors, 27-8. And now continuing the on-ball pressure are the Lee Scott Warriors. Not quite a trap or not necessarily a blitz, but just forcing this Beulah team to exert just a little bit more energy, bringing the ball up the floor. Again, this bench is not very deep for the Beulah Bobcats. Cam Baker, 15-foot jumper is pure. Really tough shot in the short corner, 27-10. Harris, now William Lyles in transition. His step-in 3 won't go. Zellner skies for the offensive rebound. He's hacked on the left arm. Will they call it a shooting foul, or will they say that it was on the way down? They will say that it was in the act of shooting. So Cord Zellner now has a chance to get into the scoring column. Already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lee Scott Warriors have scored here in the first 10 minutes. The first free throw was too strong off the back iron. Second free throw on the way. And Zellner splits the pair. 28-10 here with 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Morgan running up the right side of the rim, the right side of the floor rather, gets it to Sands. Warriors continuing that high man-to-man pressure defense all the way out at the volleyball line. Morgan has it between the legs, dribbles it off his foot and knocks it out of bounds. An unforced error by the Bobcats. And there it is again right there. Just that pressure, not necessarily forcing a turnover, but the pressure forcing you to think about everything just a little bit more. Between the legs dribble, which is successful 99% of the time, but with a Warrior in your face makes things just a little bit more difficult. Motion offense for the Warriors here with 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Lyles has it. Works his way downhill, gets it to Gray Haley. Hayden Harper is asking for the basketball on the left block. They try and throw it down to him. It gets intercepted, almost knocked out of bounds, but gets saved into the hands of Cam Baker. Guarded by Gray Haley on the left wing. Crossover dribble, gets back to that short corner, and that same jumper this time won't rattle home. Tipped around, offensive rebound. Layup won't go. A bunny saved by Cord Zellner. Hayden Harper now has it behind the back dribble. He'll slow on the brakes and set up in the half court. 5.5 to play, 28-10. Lee Scott Academy with the advantage. Now down low, Hayden Harper. Nice give and go with William Lyles. Harper's first points in the second quarter. He now has 8. And now a soccer kick out of bounds from Gray Haley. Knocks it out of bounds right into the hands of Coach Buster Daniel. 5:06 to play. The Warrior lead is 20. William Lyles steals the inbounds pass behind the back dribble, or behind the back pass rather, but Gray Haley can't get the layup to go. Now Chapman Harris applying pressure. He gets the steal and the ball knocked out of bounds. Communication between the officials. They will say that it's Bobcat basketball. Chapman Harris doesn't agree. And for the folks keeping track, the magic number is 3. Cam Baker, left-handed dribbling all the way through contact into the paint. And he's going to get Cord Zellner up in the air. He'll pick up a personal foul, and Cam Baker back to the line to shoot a couple. 4:48 to play here in the second quarter. The Warrior lead is 20. They lead at 30-10. The first free throw from Baker rattles in. The Warriors have done a nice job so far on Cam Baker. That was only his 4th point of the evening. Second free throw is good. 31. It should be 30-12. There we go. We're getting the scoreboard fixed. 30-12 here halfway through this second quarter. A couple of subs for the Warriors. Barrett Cook has it working his way down low. Right-handed layup is blocked. And it's knocked out of bounds. The Bobcats could have had transition offense, but Sands and Duck both looked at each other for who was going to corral the rebounds. Parks Myers. Now Hayden Harper. His catch and shoot triple is good! And we've talked about the magic number. And in a building that has seen a whole lot of basketball, wins, losses, in moments that come and go. But every now and then, there's a moment that stays, a moment that belongs. And in this building that plays host to history here again tonight, he wears the LSA across his chest, and on most nights, that S looks a whole lot like Superman. He wears the number 2 on his back, and tonight, that number 2 leads the way. The senior, Hayden Harper, inside his home, inside Sanford Gymnasium, history is made. Mr. Harper, welcome to the 2,000-point club. And a nice timeout on the floor by Coach William Johnson. A standing ovation here inside Sanford Gymnasium. What a moment for the Troy Trojan signee, Mr. Hayden Harper. We celebrated a comma club here on Friday night with Chef Clark Ivett. We now get to celebrate 2,000 points for Hayden Harper, and he knew he was 3 points away. That catch and shoot triple from the left elbow, or the left wing rather. There was no hesitation whatsoever, and he buried it. And a nice celebration. A little quick timeout, but right back to action, and it was the Bobcats that knocked down a jumper. And now Sands, or apologies, Bo Duck couldn't get it to go, but Foreman there for the offensive rebound. He's able to lay it in. 33-16 now your score. Wyatt Watley has subbed into the game as well. Hayden Harper, dump off down low to Brooke Zachary. Beautiful give and go. Zachary, the one-handed grab, the one-handed layup. He now has a chance at three with the old-fashioned three-point play. Brooke Zachary now a bucket in each quarter. And you can see the presence that Hayden Harper delivers on the on-ball screen. Both defenders blitzed Hayden Harper, allowed the easy dump off to Brooke Zachary. Just enough touch on it. Zachary showing off the running back hands. Max Shiver will sub into the game for Barrett Cook. So it's Parks Myers, Wyatt Watley, Brooke Zachary, Hayden Harper, and Max Shiver. The free throw from Zachary is good. The lead back to 20 for Lee Scott Academy, 36-16 halfway through this second period. 3.5 actually closer as Cam Baker crosses half court behind the back dribble, guarded by Brooke Zachary, who's very physical, and you can see the claps from the Lee Scott bench, forcing the ball out of Baker's hands. Instead, he's able to get it back at the top of the key, and he knocks down a triple. Baker now with 8 and 7 of those here coming in this second quarter. Hayden Harper at the volleyball line. Now Parks Myers, he runs baseline, gets to that strong left hand. He gets hacked, can't convert on the layup, but will head to the line to shoot a couple. First free throw from Parks Myers, too strong off the back iron. What a moment here inside Sanford Gymnasium. The second free throw, no good, but the offensive rebound fought for. Wyatt Watley able to get it downhill. Brooke Zachary, beautiful spin, and gets to the left hand. Zachary now with 5 here in this second quarter. 38-19 is the Warrior lead. Now Baker in transition. Right-handed layup from the left side. Used a little bit too much English. Couldn't get it to roll in, but will pick up the shooting foul. Baker back to the line. First free throw. It is good. Jack Fuquay, Chapman Harris sub in for Myers and Zachary. A very offset free throw shot from Cam Baker, almost parallel with his feet. Can't knock down the second free throw. It's an 18-point lead for Lee Scott Academy. Watley gets the on-ball screen from Max Shiver. Bounce pass to Fuquay, right back to Watley, and he knocks down a triple. Wyatt Watley, now 5 for number 5 here tonight. Almost gets the steal. Morgan able to get downhill. Dribble handoff on the left block. And Watley gets a poke steal. Shiver able to recover, gets it out to Chapman Harris. Now Watley in transition, 1-on-3. Euro steps his way through contact, can't buy the bucket. And Cam Baker, the defensive rebound rather, behind the back dribble, racing his way up the floor. Kicks it to the far corner. One more skip pass to Aiden Sands. The southpaw knocks down a triple on the left wing. Nice ball movement from the Bobcats. Now Fuquay in transition. He's able to lay it up and in with the left hand. The speed of the Warrior offense, my goodness. You write tallies in your score column and have to look up. And you don't even waste your time looking at the half courts. You will go ahead and look at the rim. Fuquay now gets a steal out to Chapman Harris. And Chapman Harris able to get another bucket. He has 4 in the contest. 45-23, 90 seconds to play in the second quarter. Cam Baker now works his way, spins back through contact. Whew. A tough jumper from Baker. He's now got 10 here in the second quarter. Warriors don't slow down. Fuquay, now Max Shiver, who comes to a jump stop. Hollywood Watley dribbling right around the shoulder. Able to get it to Chapman Harris. Works his way through contact. Fuquay able to save the basketball from going out of bounds. Then it's kicked, and it goes off of Fuquay's right leg into the Bobcat bench. 45-25 with 68 seconds to play in the second quarter. My goodness, the tempo of this game. Full octane, no breaks on either side. The only difference, again, the Lee Scott Warrior bench is a lot deeper than the Bobcat bench. We'll see if that takes effect in the second half. A steal from Watley. Fuquay with the easy dribble handoff. Wyatt Watley now with 5 here in the second. Under 60 seconds to play in the second quarter. 47-25, and Chapman Harris steals the inbounds pass. He works his way on the right side of the rim, lays it in with the left hand. And the Warriors, big time run here in this second half, late, or in the second quarter rather. Pump fake blow by from Aiden Sands, same spot, same result. You know he's that big time shooter, that spot up shooter for Cam Baker. Chapman Harris tries to throw the skip pass to Jack Fuquay, but Cam Baker a little too handsy. He'll get called for the personal foul with 18.8 remaining here in the second quarter. Harris will inbound it to Wyatt Watley, who holds up the fist, and we'll see if the Warriors hold for the final shot. Mayor Whittington has checked into the contest for Lee Scott Academy. And a bad pass from Fuquay. Watley tried to save it, couldn't, or Lyles tried to save it, couldn't do so. Foreman down low in transition, lays it up and in, plus the foul. So instead of the Warriors holding for the final shot, turns into 2, possibly 3 for the Bobcats. 3.6 to play. Hayden Harper subs back in. 49-30. The free throw from Foreman can't go down. Chapman Harris the rebound. It's poked out from behind. 2.5 seconds to play before half. Harris will inbound the ball to Hayden Harper, who gets the running start. Throws up the 3, and it's blocked by Cam Baker. Harper probably could have taken another dribble or two, but that is how the first half comes to a close with Hayden Harper and Cam Baker. A little smile and a push-off from one another. No, that two going right at it here tonight inside Sanford Gymnasium, but 16 minutes down, and not too many complaints for the Lee Scott Warriors. The high-tempo offense results in 49 first half points. And we'll get you started when we come back with the Orthopedic Clinic halftime report. We'll talk about the first half, dive into some of the stats, and talk about what the Warriors need to do to start 4-0 in area play. The Orthopedic Clinic is next here on the Lee Scott Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Hi, this is Tyler with Gutter Pro. Around here, we believe details make the difference. That's why we're the premier choice for custom seamless gutter systems and leaf protection for both homes and businesses. No matter what kind of gutter you need, we do it all. From seamless installs to custom finishes, our work is built to last and tailored to your style. So don't settle for less. Leave it to the pros at Gutter Pro. Check us out today at gutterprosolutions.com. That's gutterprosolutions.com.
Our members love us.
Oh yes, ever since I got off active duty, they have helped me. I would recommend to anyone, if you really want to get your finances in order, come and see for yourself. I promise you, they will help you get on the path to financial freedom.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union with 2 local branches. Membership eligibility required. Accounts federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Hey guys, this is Tyler Reynolds with Reynolds Outdoors. Fall is right around the corner, which means hunting season will be on us before you know it. We are now carrying some of the best-known archery brand names like Matthews and PSE to go along with our well-stocked supply of firearms we have always been known for. And did you know we are the largest dealer of box blinds in Alabama, carrying popular brand names like Redneck and Banks? Don't forget, we carry Sitka, Bandit, and Drake apparel as well. Come see us today to meet all of your fall hunting needs. Located on Geneva Street in Opelika.
Winter is in full swing at Mountain High Outfitters. Come see all the great gear to keep you warm and dry in style. From the North Face, Patagonia, Free People Movement, Viore, or Local Boy, we have you set for every day or your ski or snowboarding trip this season. Come see Mountain High Outfitters on South College next to Tzatziki's in the heart of Auburn. Experience the difference at Mountain High Outfitters. Get out, get active, be inspired, and live your passion.
When bones get out of joint, the Orthopedic Clinic is here, providing expert care and surgery when needed wherever it hurts. Hand, wrist, foot, or ankle, back, neck, or hip. Offering minimally invasive surgery and cutting-edge joint replacement. Serving patients from throughout the region. See the sports injury experts for athletes of all types. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. The Orthopedic Clinic. Call for an appointment 334-749-8303 or visit theorthoclinic.com.
The Lee Scott Academy Basketball Halftime Show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Clinic on Tiger Country 104.5.
16 minutes down here inside Sanford Gymnasium, and for the Lee Scott Academy Warriors, man, not too many complaints through the first 10 quarters here tonight, from the JV boys game, the varsity girls game, and now the first half of Coach William Johnson's varsity boys as they lead it 49-30 here at the halftime break. And the Orthopedic Clinic halftime report is brought to you by the Orthopedic Clinic, East Alabama's go-to center for orthopedic care, with locations in Auburn and Opelika to better serve you. You can find them on the web at theorthoclinic.com. And what a first half it was here inside Sanford Gymnasium. A lower scoring first quarter. My goodness, did the buckets start falling in the second. The defensive pressure ramped up for Coach William Johnson's squad that was on the floor. You got so many substitutions. You got so many live ball turnovers. And the tempo that this Lee Scott team plays with is just absolutely insane. Half the time, if a team makes a bucket on the other end of the floor, Lee Scott is taking it out of the rim, grabbing or taking it out of the net, and they're inbounding the basketball. And by the time I put my tallies under the opposing team's names, I don't even bother looking at the other side of the floor because it's not being walked up. More times than not, it's in the front court, if not already inside the three-point line. And you felt like you saw that 5 or 6 times here in the second quarter especially, but in that first half where, my goodness, you feel like if you are the Beulah Bobcats, you steal just a little momentum with a step-back three or a tough jumper, and you look up, and just like that, the Warriors have responded right away with a 2 or a 3 of their own, and they lead it 49-30 again here at the halftime break. Halftime stats tonight are brought to you by Lee County Revenue Commissioner Olene Price, who reminds you that if you need services from her office, there's the main office at the courthouse in Opelika and satellite offices in Auburn and Smith Station. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Lee Scott Warriors that found the score column here in the first 16 minutes. We'll work my way numerically on my stat sheet. Gray Haley has 10. Chapman Harris has 6. Brooke Zachary and Wyatt Watley both have 7. William Lyles has 5. Jack Fuquay with 2. And Cord Zellner in there with a point as well. But the man of the night, Mr. Hayden Harper, needed 11. And in the first half, he knocked down a triple. He has 11. And we tonight, I guess we call it a timeout, but throughout the night, we will celebrate Hayden Harper, his 2,000th career point as a Lee Scott Warrior. Man, I was the color commentator for Lee Scott Academy when Hayden Harper hit his 1,000th point. So to be able now to celebrate number 2,000, a mark that does not get stepped by many Lee Scott Warriors, much less just players in college basketball or high school basketball. My goodness, the talent that he puts on the floor every single night. It's a blast to be able to interview him, talk about his mentality, knowing that he is on every single scattering report, knowing that he has to give his best. There are no off nights for Hayden Harper mentally, because if he does have one of those, they blitz him, they attack him, and he doesn't find success. But every single night, he dazzles here, whether that's inside Sanford Gymnasium, whether that is on the road, when number 2 puts on a jersey, laces up the cleats, or the sneakers. We'll lace up the cleats here in just a little bit, but when he laces up the sneakers, you know you're going to get his best. He has 11 here at the half. And again, 8 Warriors finding their name in the score column here tonight. Hayden Harper leads all the scorers for the Lee Scott Warriors. He has 11. Cam Baker for the Beulah Bobcats. Again, that walking 20-point bucket kind of guy every single night. He was limited in the first quarter, but 10 in the second quarter. We'll see what Coach William Johnson and company decide to do to try and take the ball out of his hands to make sure that you can secure a victory here inside Sanford Gymnasium. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that second half, what the Warriors need to do. Did they answer our first half keys to the game? If so, what can they improve on? If not, how do they respond to those keys to the game? We'll talk all about that as the Orthopedic Clinic halftime report continues on here on Tiger Country 104.5.
From day one back in 1907, Auburn Bank's mission has been clear: to serve our community, see businesses flourish, and improve lives locally by making sound business decisions and responding with care every day. Today, we continue to fulfill our mission with a team of local, commercial, and consumer lenders who are ready to help meet your needs and goals. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, online at auburnbank.com.
Hey guys, this is Tyler Reynolds with Reynolds Outdoors. Fall is right around the corner, which means hunting season will be on us before you know it. We are now carrying some of the best-known archery brand names like Matthews and PSE to go along with our well-stocked supply of firearms we have always been known for. And did you know we are the largest dealer of box blinds in Alabama, carrying popular brand names like Redneck and Banks? Don't forget, we carry Sitka, Bandit, and Drake apparel as well. Come see us today to meet all of your fall hunting needs. Located on Geneva Street in Opelika.
When bones get out of joint, the Orthopedic Clinic is here, providing expert care and surgery when needed, wherever it hurts. Hand, wrist, foot, or ankle, back, neck, or hip. Offering minimally invasive surgery and cutting-edge joint replacement. Serving patients from throughout the region. See the sports injury experts for athletes of all types. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. The Orthopedic Clinic. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
The Lee Scott Academy Basketball Halftime Show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Clinic on Tiger Country 104.5.
As we wrap up the Orthopedic Clinic halftime report, we remind you that the Orthopedic Clinic is East Alabama's go-to center for orthopedic care, with locations in Auburn and Opelika to better serve you. You can find them online at theorthoclinic.com. 49-30, Lee Scott Academy with the advantage through 16 minutes of play. We talked about, did the Warriors answer those first half keys or just the keys to the game? 2 for 23 the last time this Warrior squad faced this Beulah team on the road at Beulah. It's safe to say that number a little bit better so far here tonight. You've knocked down 4 threes already, keeping Baker in check. Again, a 20-point nightly kind of guy. In the first quarter, you did more than that, only having 1 point. In the second quarter, however, he had 10. In the third key to the game tonight was tempo. To rebound, get out, and go. And I would say just about every single night that can check the box. But more so tonight, my goodness, what a first half in the tempo and in the scoring department. As through 16 minutes, this Warrior team has 49 points. Let's get you started with the Lee Scott Academy second half.
Let's get back to the LSA action. It's on to the second half of our game, presented by Gouge Performing Arts Center on Tiger Country 104.5.
Start of the third quarter, and it's into the hands of Cam Baker for the Beulah Bobcats. Elbow jumper, can't get it to go home. William Lyles with the rebound. He gets tumbled over, and Morgan will lay it in with the right hand. 49-32. Warriors now going right to left on your radio dial. Catch and shoot 3 from Chapman Harris. Can't go. Foreman skies for the rebound. A 2-on-3 break, but Cam Baker takes it in at Hayden Harper. Right-handed layup won't go. Hits every part of the rim. Offensive rebound is with Bo Duck, and he tips it out to Cam Baker, and they will set up. Free throw line jumper from Baker following a couple crossover dribbles. Couple good looks, but can't find the bottom of the net. Morgan, a step in 3, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound. And right now, the Beulah Bobcats, as the ball is knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with the Warriors. But so far, the energy for the Beulah Bobcats has dominated here in the first minutes of this third quarter, and Coach William Johnson calls timeout and walks onto the floor with his arms crossed. I think he is sensing the same thing that I did, that right now with offensive rebounds, energy, and fighting for the 50-50 balls, every single one of them has gone in favor of the Bobcats in this first minute and 4 seconds of the third quarter. Now, as a coach, you can't tell this, or you can't tell Coach William Johnson this, but we can talk a little bit about it here on the Lee Scott Sports Network or in the booth and here in the bleachers. Despite all of that, you only surrendered 2 points, and it's still a 17-point game, but just the way that the second half was starting, just a little bit of a reality check. But I'm sure Coach William Johnson, probably not too much strategy in that 30-second timeout, but Hayden Harper will walk his way up the floor. A little motion offense for the Warriors. It's with Will Lyles at the top of the key. Now Gray Haley, now down low to Hayden Harper. It's almost poked away. Could have been stolen by Foreman, except he wasn't looking at it. Hayden Harper tucks the basketball like a running back. Kick out Gray Haley. Can't rattle in the three. William Lyles is there. Fought for. Second chance opportunity. Now goes into the hands of Chapman Harris. His layup won't go. And now Zellner on the floor, but it goes into the hands of Cam Baker, and we're off and running left to right. Baker with a kick out. Nice closing speed from Gray Haley. Floater, no good. Maybe partially blocked by Chapman Harris, and he couldn't gather the rebound, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Bobcat basketball under their own rim. 49-32, Lee Scott Academy with the advantage here at home inside Sanford Gymnasium. 6:13 to play here in the third quarter. Cam Baker will inbound it. He gets it right back, and the fadeaway jumper hits the front of the rim twice. And Gray Haley skies for the rebounds. And nobody picks up Haley till he gets to the free throw line. Kick out William Lyles. Catch and shoot three, no. Chapman Harris gets pushed on the rebound, no whistle. But a turnover regardless. Now a 4-on-1. Beautiful ball movement and a beautiful pounce pass. Or a little pocket pass, rather, from William Lyles. And Gray Haley with the rebound. He now has 12 and a turnover on the other end. Gives the ball right back to Lee Scott Academy. And while we have just a moment, while they're retrieving the basketball, let's pause for station identification here on the Lee Scott Sports Network.
Tiger Country 104.5 is a Radio Alabama station, part of the Auburn Networks family. WAUE HD2, Waverly, Auburn, Opelika.
Auburn, Opelika Country. Tiger Country 104.5.
You always miss the highlights when you go to a station identification. Chapman Harris hits a three from Opelika, finds the bottom of the net, makes it 54-32. Apologies, Mr. Chapman. I know that he'll give me a little slack for that one, possibly. Jumper no good by the Bobcats. Knocked out of bounds. Warrior basketball. 54-32 with 5:07 to play here in the third quarter. Wyatt Watley, Hayden Harper, Barrett Cook, Brooks Zachary, and Parks Myers, the five on the floor in white. Watley, the bounce pass to Zachary. Now the handoff to Hayden Harper. He gets to the left wing. And they try to bounce past the Brooks Zachary, but it gets intercepted by number 0, Aiden Sands. Now Warriors almost fall asleep with Cam Baker at the three-point line. Instead, he doesn't take it, tries to work his way into the teeth of the defense and leaves the layup short, knocked out of bounds. Warrior basketball, 4.5 to play. 54-32, Lee Scott has the lead. And the basketball here at home inside Sanford Gymnasium. Hayden Harper, the newest member of the 2,000-point club, walks the ball up the floor. Parks Myers stands on the right wing. Nobody picks him up as the ball almost went out of bounds, but Barrett Cook was able to save it. And Parks Myers, usually in the starting lineup coming off the bench here tonight, knocks down his first triple of the game, and now he sets his feet and will draw the charge. Foul goes to Kadarius Morgan as he lowered his shoulder, running through the heart of the lane, but number 11 fearlessly taking a charge and stealing another possession for the Lee Scott Warriors. Their lead is 25, 57-32 halfway through this third quarter. Hayden Harper gets to the free throw line. Hand off to Barrett Cook, who thought about the three multiple times. Hayden Harper now will take it off the feed from Zachary, leaves it short. Zachary chases down the rebound. Now to skip past the Wyatt Watley, got away with a whistle. Got away with a travel, but no whistle. And now Parks Myers and Cam Baker fight for the basketball. It was Parks Myers that got there just before, and Cam Baker drew the contact. He'll pick up the personal foul, and now he's grimacing, holding that left shoulder. Hopefully just a stinger. But he will sub out Bo Duck, who has 3 points, a three-pointer in the first quarter. He will sub in. Watley patrolling the offense. Parks Myers gets downhill with the left hand on the motion offense. Lost the basketball on the way up. And now it should be a carry. That will be the call. It took 2 or 3 dribbles for it to be called. The Bobcats are pleading that Parks Myers got a piece of the basketball. I saw him try to strip it, but I didn't see any contact with the ball. 3.5 to play. Warriors will happily take the call. 57-32, the Warrior lead here at home. Barrett Cook has it on the left wing. Now to a cutting Hayden Harper, and he's able to kiss it off the glass with the left hand. The off-ball screens and the off-ball cutting for this Lee Scott Warrior team has been their best friend tonight. So much attention goes to the ball handlers as an unforced error. They try to throw it down low to number 24. I believe that's Dayton Buckner. But so much attention is being drawn to the Lee Scott ball handler that the off-ball movement has been so nice for the Lee Scott Warriors. Dribble handoff to Wyatt Watley from Brooke Zachary. Now to Hayden Harper. He works his way baseline. Doesn't have a shot, but the kick out. Barrett Cook right in front of the Warrior bench. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. I feel like that's a three that the sniper knocks down just about every single time. Bounce pass is now intercepted by Barrett Cook. 3-on-1. Cook's going to take it coast to coast. Layup won't go. He falls to the floor and is hacked. No whistle. Wyatt Watley, a little fadeaway layup, avoiding the contact. He can't get it to go. And now in transition, Foreman gets it stripped by Hayden Harper. Brooke Zachary comes away with the basketball, and he goes coast to coast, lays it in with the right hand from the left side of the rim. A nice inside-out layup from Brooke Zachary. He now has 9. 61-32 is the Warrior lead. Basketball sits in the far short corner, almost the coffin corner. Bobcats able to get it out, and Bo Duck running downhill. A little 1-foot fadeaway finds the bottom of the net. A nice move. Hayden Harper quick in transition. Wyatt Watley tries to answer right away with a triple. Can't knock it down. Approaching 90 seconds to play here in the third. 61-34, and now Wyatt Watley will pick up a reach-in foul. That is the first foul on the Lee Scott Warriors here in this second half. The Warriors outscoring the Bobcats 12-4 here in this third quarter. 61-34 is the score, and Foreman tried to draw contact on the free throw line jumper, threw it up, couldn't get it to go. Wyatt Watley can't get the three in transition, and Coach William Johnson crosses the arms. Didn't necessarily love the shot. You can get it whenever you want. Don't necessarily need it in transition. And that leads to a fadeaway jumper from Cam Baker, his first points here in this third quarter. Parks Myers has it in the far corner, able to get it to Wyatt Watley right around the half-court stripe. Mayor Whittington, who's checked in, sets the on-ball screen. Watley has it picked. Morgan now 1-on-2, but takes it right in. And he'll lay it in. 61-38. 45 seconds to play here in the third. Neil Reams is also checked into the contest for the Warriors. And Parks Myers with a behind-the-back pass goes out of bounds. Coach William Johnson not happy with the last couple of possessions by the Lee Scott Warriors. And right now you feel like you just got to get to the fourth, get a little 60-second break, and come back out in the final 8 minutes. Cam Baker works his way downhill, kicks it out, step-in three for Bo Duck, and a nice shooting stroke. He knocks down his second triple of the afternoon. 61-41, down to only a 20-point lead for the Lee Scott Warriors. Almost knocked away from Barrett Cook. Fuquay has it now. Reams now out to Chapman Harris with 10 seconds. He wisely looks up at the shot clock, or the game clock rather, and is going to hold for the final shot. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Neil Reams has it, but steps on the sideline with 1.7. It's been a couple of possessions since Lee Scott had a true opportunity at the rim, and even more so since you had a really good look. 1.7 to play in the third. Baker from three-quarter court leaves it just a couple feet short, maybe off to the left in there as well. Not necessarily a third quarter that Coach William Johnson loved to see, but after three, and all things considered, Lee Scott leads by 20 here at home. It's 61-41, and we're back with the final 8 minutes right after this. You're listening to Radio Alabama Sports on Tiger Country 104.5, and this is the Lee Scott Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment today.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union. Homegrown and member-owned.
We love our members love us.
Oh yes, ever since I got off active duty, they have helped me. I would recommend to anyone, if you really want to get your finances in order, come and see for yourself. I promise you, they will help you get on the path to financial freedom.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union with 2 local branches. Membership eligibility required. Accounts federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.
Start of the fourth quarter here on the Lee Scott Sports Network. Warriors with the basketball in the hands of Hayden Harper. He'll set up the offense, gets the screen from Cord Zellner, now running downhill, scoops his way through contact. My goodness, one of those buckets. You don't know how he even gets it up at the rim, much less gets it to go down. 63-41, a 22-point lead for the Lee Scott Warriors. 7.5 to play in the contest. Taking on the Beulah Bobcats, the area foe. Cam Baker tries to respond with a 2 of his own. Rebound ripped down by Cord Zellner. Harper now the dribble handoff to Chapman Harris. Nobody picks him up from the volleyball line. Finds the bottom of the net. Chapman Harris over the past couple of games showing off the range, but from behind the arc. Bulldogs can't respond with a 3 in transition. But after being tapped around, Cam Baker will gather the offensive rebound, gets to the elbow, spins back towards his right. A tough shot won't go down. Lyles with the defensive rebounds. Harper now stop and pop at the 3-point line. He'll back it out. Cord Zellner now gets into the low post, has it stripped, but William Lyles is right there, cutting and able to lay it in with the left hand. We'll call it an assist from Cord Zellner, as it looked like he was trying to make the pass, but maybe off his hip, but regardless, we'll take the assist. And Bo Duck misses the gimme. 2-on-2, Chapman Harris able to lay it in. Chapman Harris, 5 quick points here in the fourth quarter. The lead just like that, back up to 29. Baker, 3-on-3, takes it right at Zellner and avoids the contact and gets it to go. A timeout on the floor by the Bobcats. A full timeout means we will take one with them. 70-43, 2 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter. We're back with the final 6 right after this here on the Lee Scott Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Every sports team has a glue guy, the unsung hero that does the dirty work. Society's Glue Guys are towing companies. Whether your car is in an accident or you own a business and need a vehicle moved, we all need tow trucks. When you need one, call Auburn Express Towing, offering 24-hour towing services. AET specializes in parking lot and private property towing in Auburn. Call 334-821-6033. Auburn Express Towing, located at 615 Opelika Road.
Winter is in full swing at Mountain High Outfitters. Come see all the great gear to keep you warm and dry in style. From the North Face, Patagonia, Free People Movement, Viore, or Local Boy, we have you set for every day or your ski or snowboarding trip this season. Come see Mountain High Outfitters on South College next to Tzatziki's in the heart of Auburn. Experience the difference at Mountain High Outfitters. Get out, get active, be inspired, and live your passion.
Six minutes to play here in the fourth quarter here at Sanford Gymnasium. 70-43, the Warriors have the basketball, have the lead. Gray Haley gets it downhill. First chance won't go, able to gather the offensive rebound, and the second chance opportunity does go down. Warriors now with a steal on the other end. William Lyles takes it coast to coast, the finger roll. He leaves it short. Slams the padding in frustration. Cam Baker kick out to Aiden Sands. The southpaw can't knock down the triple. Rebound fought for, knocked out of bounds off the hands of Foreman. Warrior basketball, 5.5 to play. Hayden Harper will walk the ball up the floor. Will happily sit just across the half-court timeline until he is picked up. Burning a couple seconds off the clock. Chapman Harris tries to find a cutting Hayden Harper, but it's intercepted, or actually knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Warrior basketball. Harper the inbounds. To Brooks Zachary. And Zachary able to lay it in. Not sure how Hayden Harper even saw it or how Brooks Zachary had the angle to throw it up, much less to get it off the backboard. But the inbounds, a beauty for the Warriors. Their lead now up to 31. This was a 20-point lead at the end of the third quarter. Foreman, line drive three on the right wing, no good. Hayden Harper gathers the long rebound. 3-on-2. Harper, coast to coast, layup, no good. Cord Zellner there, his opportunity won't go, and then swatted out of bounds. It will be Bobcat basketball. Halfway through this fourth quarter. 74-43. The Warriors have the lead. Cam Baker loses the basketball, able to get it back all the way back at half court. Comes to a jump stop, kicks it to Sands in the corner. Thought about the three, now kick out to Morgan. A nice on-ball defense by the Lee Scott Warriors. Cam Baker, the elbow jumper, no good. Contested by Chapman Harris. Brooks Zachary skies for the board. Watley now to Lyles, his reverse layup. He can't get it to go. Well, Parks Myers is there to finish the job. 76-43. Foreman tries to dump it down low, but Zachary with the steal. 1-on-4, but you know the running back is going to take it coast to coast, and a goaltend, as it was Foreman that went for the slap off the backboard and hit the backboard hard enough that the official deemed that it moved the rim enough to affect the layup. So the running back, Mr. Brooks Zachary, takes it coast to coast. And the lead up to 36. That's a 16-point swing in 5 minutes for this Lee Scott Warriors squad. I mean, I've never seen a team be able to do what the Warriors do on a nightly basis. Cam Baker, tough jumper, a step inside the paint. He now has 6 in the fourth quarter. And he now has a breakaway, make it 8. The first and the third quarter, the Warriors did a really nice job of containing Cam Baker. The second and the fourth, not as much so, but you'll take this fourth quarter with a little bit of an asterisk as it's 97-47. Almost a turnover. The Warriors still have it with Whittington at the top of the key. Now Fuquay, catch and shoot triple, no. He gets his own offensive rebound, kick out. Watch Johnson now down low to Max Shiver, and he gets the layup to go. Max Shiver through contact, it didn't bother him. And he gets his first points of the evening, 80-47. Lee Scott Warrior efficiency on offense is just off the charts. Elbow jumper, no good. Rebound with Reams now to Watts Johnson, and he gets it blocked. The pass from Reams a little bit behind Watts Johnson. Reams was a little bit out in front, could have taken it himself. But you can't fault the unselfish play. A minute and a half to play and a hot clock. Now as the Warrior lead is 33. Reams to inbound. Gets it to Johnson, now to Fuquay, who almost out of backcourt, and it is. Bobcat basketball with 60 seconds to play here in the contest. The Lee Scott Warriors well on their way to starting this season 18-3. A three-pointer on the right wing is no good. Mayor Whittington skies for the rebound. Watts Johnson will work his way up the floor, gets the screen from Whittington. Now Neil Reams on the left wing, back to Whittington, now to Fuquay. Max Shiver at the volleyball line. You heard a couple shoot it, but instead a little give and go. Max Shiver running the floor, can't convert on the layup. 18 seconds to play, the ball knocked out of bounds. With 15 seconds, Bobcats will inbound the basketball if they choose. Again, the clock continuing to run. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, step back three is no good. And that is how the contest will come to a close. The offensive efficiency off the charts yet again for this Lee Scott Academy varsity boys squad. They win it 80-47. They move to 4-0 in area play and 18-3 in the 2025-2026 season. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back, talk about this, and tell you what's next for this Lee Scott Academy varsity girls and varsity boys squad. The Lee Scott Warriors complete the 3-game sweep here tonight and complete the 6-game sweep over the Beulah Bobcats with the JV boys, the varsity girls, and the varsity boys. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Radio Alabama Sports on Tiger Country 104.5, and this is the Lee Scott Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment today.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Hi, this is Tyler with Gutter Pro. Around here, we believe details make the difference. That's why we're the premier choice for custom seamless gutter systems and leaf protection for both homes and businesses. No matter what kind of gutter you need, we do it all. From seamless installs to custom finishes, our work is built to last and tailored to your style. So don't settle for less. Leave it to the pros at Gutter Pro. Check us out today at gutterprosolutions.com. That's gutterprosolutions.com.
Winter is in full swing at Mountain High Outfitters. Come see all the great gear to keep you warm and dry in style. From the North Face, Patagonia, Free People Movement, Viore, or Local Boy, we have you set for every day or your ski or snowboarding trip this season. Come see Mountain High Outfitters on South College next to Tzatziki's in the heart of Auburn. Experience the difference at Mountain High Outfitters. Get out, get active, be inspired, and live your passion.
All smiles inside Sanford Gymnasium here this Tuesday evening as the Warriors complete the three-game sweep over the Beulah Bobcats here at home. And with the JV boys, the varsity girls, and the varsity boys, they complete the six-game season sweep over the Beulah Bobcats. So hard to have too many complaints if you are any of these coaches, Coach Drakeford, Coach Corey Harrison, and Coach William Johnson in there as well. I'm Christian Griffin here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network, bringing you all of tonight's action. And, man, we appreciate everybody for being here with us, whether it was Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, or that Radio Alabama app, or if you joined us on Facebook or on YouTube on that live stream as well. We appreciate everybody for their support here on this Tuesday evening. The Lee Scott varsity girls pick up a really nice win. They win at 59-19, and the boys follow suit, winning 80-47 here at home. And the final stats for the Lee Scott Academy Warriors, working my way down numerically. My goodness, what an evenly distributed scoring night for this William Johnson coach team. Gray Haley finishes with 14. Hayden Harper, the man of the night, Mr. 2000. He finishes with 15. Chapman Harris with 14. Brooke Zachary with 13. Wyatt Watley with 7. William Lyles with 7. Parks Myers with 5. Jack Fuquay with 2. Cord Zellner with 1. And Max Shiver with 2. So you had 4 Warriors in double figures. You also had 2 with 7. Man, a recipe for success. And the offensive efficiency, again, just off the charts in this contest, especially in the later stages of the fourth quarter where you're able to take your foot off the brake. You feel like those minutes don't even necessarily count to the success that you had offensively. But the second quarter and the back half of the third, or I guess the last minute or two of the third, and then the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, the efficiency was absolutely insane. Half the time, the ball didn't even get to half court just because of the defensive tenacity that this Lee Scott Warrior team saw. Wide open layups, live ball turnovers. You combine the two, you're going to give yourself 8-0, 10-0, 12-0 runs, and you saw a couple of those here tonight. The Lee Scott varsity girls win at 50-19. The varsity boys win at 80-47. And we'll take our final break here of the evening. Come back and wrap up the broadcast, talk about what's next for the Lee Scott Warriors right here on the home of the Lee Scott Warriors, Tiger Country 104.5.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is your hometown home improvement store. You'll find what you need when you need it. And as a Russell Rewards member, you'll be in the know about monthly specials and exclusive offers. Russell Building Supply, East University in Auburn, across from Cary Creek Publix.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
From day one back in 1907, Auburn Bank's mission has been clear: to serve our community, see businesses flourish, and improve lives locally by making sound business decisions and responding with care every day. Today, we continue to fulfill our mission with a team of local, commercial, and consumer lenders who are ready to help meet your needs and goals. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, online at auburnbank.com.
The Lee Scott Warriors happy here tonight as they win it big. The varsity girls win it 59-19, and the varsity boys win it 80-47. Christian Griffin here with you on the Lee Scott Sports Network, wrapping up the broadcast here this evening as the Lee Scott Warriors had back-to-back home games. They now hit the road in area play, and that is where our next broadcast will be. Our next broadcast on the Lee Scott Sports Network will be on the road at the Dadeville Tigers. Airtime will be right around 5:15. We will go on air right before that, right here on your home of classic country hits, Tiger Country 104.5, tigercountry.net, and as always, that Radio Alabama app. We appreciate you for listening to the home of the Warriors, Tiger Country 104.5. Once again, we give our final celebrations to Mr. Hayden Harper for joining the 2,000-point club. Again, I was the color commentator when he hit 1,000 points, and so being able to see him progress throughout his years, and now you see him hit that 2,000-point mark, definitely very, very special. The Lee Scott varsity boys and the varsity girls move to 4-0 in area play. The varsity girls 13-8, the varsity boys 17-3. For everybody here at Lee Scott Academy, I'm Christian Griffin saying so long, and until next time, it's a great night to be a Warrior.
Lee Scott Academy Basketball has been presented by the Orthopedic Clinic, Googe Performing Arts Center, Mountain High Outfitters, and Russell Building Supply. Also brought to you by Auburn Bank, Gutter Pro, Advanced Graphics, Auburn Express Towing, and Four Seasons Federal Credit Union. Follow LSA action here on Tiger Country 104.5.